800-506-5803. Don't wait. Call now. 800-506-5803. 800-506-5803.
This is trial attorney Jeff Kaufman from the injury law firm of Kaufman Lind. After 20 years of practicing law and being responsible for thousands of people who've lost their jobs, their financial freedom, and even their lives, I believe when trying to decide on an attorney, you should ask yourself three things. How long have they been in business? Do they have good reviews? And do they actually care? Hopefully you never need us, but if you do, call us at 407-500-JEFF. That's 407-500-5333. Or visit us at whenyouneedus.com. Offices, Orlando.
In this week's Marketers Report, Angela Zapata, CMO Hyundai Motor America, discusses measuring audio.
The measurement capability within audio, I think, surprised all of us. We have seen a huge return on our investment. Seeing real numbers has helped us continue to invest.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the data, audiences, and influencers you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Buying a house or selling yours? The Nickl Group makes it as easy as ABC. And 1, 2... Oh, and fast, too, because the Nickl Group can get a guaranteed cash offer on your home today. Just visit thenickligroup.com.
Zero Foxtrot isn't just a brand, it's a way of life. Founded and operated by veterans, Zero Foxtrot's unique apparel and gear echoes the grit of the warrior culture. Zero Foxtrot dedicates itself to producing content, honoring the sacrifices of forgotten heroes of the past, and connecting history to the present. Embark on a journey with Zero Foxtrot today at zerofoxtrot.com. It's not merely our products, it's about the ethos that we embody. Rugged, resilient, and timeless.
Febreze. As a rideshare driver, I love keeping my car smelling fresh and clean. So when I'm driving, I only trust new Febreze car vent clips, now with 3 times greater scent control, because it's that little touch that sets me apart. I can turn the intensity down for subtle freshness, or I can turn it up for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with new Febreze car, I know my car's going to smell amazing, which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs. Picking up, Oscar!
I had a radio listener call me after an accident. The insurance company offered him $700. He hired me that day and we recovered $100,000. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Potential clients may not obtain same or similar results. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
Thank you from Fence Outlet, Central Florida's top fencing company. As we celebrate 30 years in business, we want to thank our customers for their trust and support. We couldn't have reached this milestone without you. Find out more at fenceoutlet.com.
The Medal of Honor is the highest military decoration in the United States. Since it was established in 1861, there have been 3,517 people awarded with the medal. I'm Malcolm Gladwell, and our new podcast from Pushkin Industries and iHeartMedia is about those heroes. Listen to Medal of Honor, Stories of Courage, on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Medal of Honor, Stories of Courage.
Radio. 104.1. At work, just pretend you're on a Zoom call with us. Your mic is off. Your mic is off. The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube. Subscribe and watch.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. That's how you call the show if you'd like to get your opinion in. You can text that as well at 77031. Leave us a talk back. Just download the iHeartRadio app. Go to Real Radio once you get it and use that microphone to send your comment over to Jack. We're going to be in Mount Dora all day tomorrow. Monsters, News Junkie, and the Jim Colbert Show overtaking Mount Dora. Freedom on the Waterfront, live concert, fireworks. It is going to be a blast. Hope to see you there tomorrow. Welcome back. I am Jim. Jack is right over there, and Deb has your news.
And now, it's time for Woke News.
It seems like kind of a misuse of the whole woke.
On the Jim Colbert Show.
Sorry, my throat just farted.
God bless you. Woke News is brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don. All right, President Biden is rolling out new measures to counter extreme weather. The president gave remarks at the Emergency Operations Center in Washington, D.C. today and announced proposed rules to protect millions of workers exposed to dangerous heat while on the job.
The Department of Labor is proposing a new rule and when finalized, will establish the nation's first ever federal safety standard for excessive heat in the workplace.
The move would require employers to provide rest areas and water when the heat index, that's the heat index, reaches 80 degrees or higher. Biden added that ignoring climate change and its impacts is dangerous and irresponsible. Speaking of extreme weather, Hurricane Beryl continues to move quickly on a west-northwestward path across the Caribbean. The storm is expected to bring life-threatening winds and storm surge to Jamaica on Wednesday before approaching the Cayman Islands on Thursday and then the Yucatan Peninsula of Mexico on Thursday night. Oliver Mayer, Consul General of Jamaica for the southern U.S., says they're under a hurricane alert for heavy rainfall and life-threatening winds and flooding.
We, of course, have been issuing precautions of reminding them of the necessary steps to take for the hurricane, move those in areas that are prone to flooding.
As they say, tainted and unclean, right?
Yeah, I was just thinking that very thing. And
you got to remind yourself, you can't get lulled in by the accent.
Right.
He's talking about bad stuff.
Exactly.
Pay attention.
Exactly.
Oh, I just want to runner now.
I know. As of the latest update, Beryl is now down to a Category 4 hurricane with maximum sustained winds of 155 miles per hour. Keep in mind, though, that is only 2 miles per hour below the threshold for a Cat 5. It has to be
and unclean. So crazy.
Has to be sustained at 157. Earlier today, it was sustained at 165 miles per hour. It should lose more intensity and weaken a little, but will still be strong as it passes Jamaica on Wednesday.
Yeah. What is the speed? If they were going to add a Category 6, what speed would that start?
It'd be 158.
I would imagine, 158 and up. This is the earliest ever on record to have a Category 5.
Yeah, it's so. I'll tell you what's crazy about that, right? You hear that wind speed, right? Go down the road tonight on your way home at 70.
Oh,
and just stick your head out the window. It's double that plus some
for hours.
Yeah,
for hours,
and it's throwing stuff.
And it's throwing stuff at you. Yeah,
like
exactly.
cars.
Other houses,
satellite dish or 10.
All right, well, we had talked about this yesterday, but man, the scammers waste no time because there is a new scam targeting Floridians who are trying to harden their homes against future storms. Chief Financial Officer Jimmy Patronis issued a warning for residents earlier this week about misleading flyers claiming to be a part of the My Safe Florida Home program.
Already.
Yes, already. Now, the advertisements, and this is really important, especially if you have someone in your family that may be elderly, maybe they're very trusting, they think they're going to be getting a great deal because the advertisements are promoting free roofs and windows. Patronis says several bad actors have tricked homeowners into signing up for the fake program, leaving them on the hook for the full cost of repairs.
Yep.
So he says to make sure you are working with the state grant initiative, make sure you are visiting the official website, verify credentials with contractors, get written estimates, and if all else, reach out to someone and say, hey, does this look all right to you?
'Tis the season, guys.
Yes, it is.
I mean, the summer in Florida is scam season.
Oh,
so you
and
have to
wait till the storm hits.
Yeah, you really have to pay attention to that. You have to verify all those things because there's so many scammers. And
they're taking advantage of you wanting to be proactive, and then, God forbid, if we get hit by a storm, they take advantage of your desperation to get a roof back on your house.
Isn't that the kick in the nuts?
It
though,
really is.
When you're making I'm going to do the right thing here, and that's when you fall into the trap.
Yeah.
I know.
It's so bad.
All right, good news.
People are the worst.
Knucklehead Island.
Knucklehead Island, and yes, you're right, people are the worst. Good news for our guest, Craig LaFleur of PyroSpot's Fireworks. What time is he coming on today?
4:20 today.
Well, 4:20, Craig.
4:20. Hey, spark it up. Well, there is no longer a burn ban in Polk County, so folks, come on over here and get yourself some fireworks from PyroSpot.
Speaking of burning.
Officials repealed the order yesterday due to an increase in rain. The ordinance was initially issued in late May because of dangerous fire conditions caused by dry weather and hot temperatures. The county is warning residents who plan to celebrate the 4th of July, though, to be mindful and use caution when setting off fireworks. Fire crews say it's important to make sure the pyrotechnics are a safe distance from buildings and people, but that's okay because Craig has a Gatling gun for Roman candles. It's sure to close that distance. At least from buildings.
I was listening to Tom and Dan last night, and apparently Tom's wife has banned him from having the Gatling gun, or it was Daniel's wife has banned him from having the Gatling gun Roman candle thing. I was surprised. He wants to do it so bad.
Does he really?
Oh, yeah, and he lives in Baldwin. That'd be the greatest thing ever. Or near there, I should say.
Oh, man. Yeah, that would, not a good scene there. All right, if you are planning to celebrate the 4th by doing like Jack and going off on a trip, why?
Oh, man.
Why?
How this happened?
Yeah,
Why?
I don't know if you heard about this, Jack. The rest of the U.S. is following your lead.
Family get-together, family reunion, and I was the holdout.
Yeah.
I was the one not going, and then at the last second, I'm like, okay, I guess we can do it.
Well, extra state troopers will be patrolling Florida roads this week with an estimated 4.5 million hitting the road. Actually, 3.9 million will be hitting the road for Independence Day vacations. Now, 4.5 million are traveling overall, so that means like a little over a million or just a little over a million going to be joining Jack at the airport.
Stop that, Deborah!
The Florida Highway Patrol will be making sure those driving during the busiest summer holiday get to and from their destination safely. FHP Lieutenant Jim Buford says his best advice for travelers, listen, leave early, slow down, and be patient.
We definitely want everyone to keep their cool on the roadways. Be patient, be courteous, just be kind to the other motorists out there. Just remember, everyone's trying to get to their destination. Many people are going to visit family and friends. We all want to make sure everyone gets there safely.
Patience, kindness, what's that? They're going to be focusing on speeders, aggressive drivers, and those impaired by drugs or alcohol.
Do not ride dirty this weekend. Do not be that guy. I'm telling you, do not do that any way, shape, or form. They are going to be militant this weekend, and I'm not dogging them. I mean, they're doing their job.
Be doing what they're supposed
but
to be doing.
You don't want to do anything squirrely this weekend anywhere in this state.
I mean, you've got Tow to Go that's being started up tomorrow from AAA, and that's a free program taking you and your car. It should be treated as a last resort, but with Uber, with Lyft, with friends, with whatever, don't take your chances.
Do not do it.
Okay, a warship based out of Northeast Florida is back home after a nearly 9-month deployment. Welcome back home, y'all. The USS Mason returned to Naval Station Mayport in Jacksonville on Tuesday. Now, during its deployment, the Mason, if you happen to be watching CBS Sunday Morning this past Sunday, and they talked about the fire that the USS Carney underwent while they were in the Red Sea. The Mason was a part of efforts as well to protect shipping channels in the Red Sea, the Gulf of Aden, and the Mediterranean Sea. U.S. Central Command says the Mason was involved in shooting down numerous missiles and drones launched by Iranian-backed Houthi rebels. Welcome back.
Yeah.
All right. Almost 20 years later, we're learning about what went on in Jeffrey Epstein's grand jury proceedings.
I read this story today and almost vomited.
A Palm Beach County judge yesterday released partial transcripts of audio recordings from 2006. Now, they show prosecutors tried to discredit 2 of Epstein's underage victims by calling them prostitutes, thieves, and liars. Holly Robson was not one of the 2 girls at the center of the proceedings made public yesterday, but she says she was still treated the same.
The way that we found out about the grand jury documents being released was really inappropriate and kind of just another dig at the victims.
Yeah, kind of like when the sweetheart deal was made in the first place. It was made without the knowledge or approval of the victims. Epstein wound up being indicted on 1 charge, felony solicitation of prostitution. He spent 13 months in the Palm Beach County Jail. Palm Beach police say they reported finding 5 victims and over a dozen witnesses that could have led to more charges and a longer sentence. By the way, during that 13 months, he was allowed to do work release, which AKA he just left the jail in the morning, and as long as he came back at night, he did whatever he wanted. He also even reportedly had girls brought to him in the Palm Beach County Jail.
Those 2 DAs should be brought up on charges. It's terrible. They can't even find them right now.
What's the deal with that?
When you read the transcripts, it will make you so angry. You just simply can't believe that adults could allow this to go forward. You can't. When you read the transcripts, you just simply can't believe it.
And what happened to those guys?
They just retired.
Well, Joe Riccari, who was the lead detective, and before he died, he told the Miami Herald he was frustrated that the prosecutors went to great lengths to discredit the victims.
They did.
Epstein's case was closed in 2008. It was reopened in 2018. He was rearrested in 2019 for sex trafficking, and Epstein, quote unquote, died in a jail a month later at the age of 66.
Sure thing.
I remember reporting on that story as it was going on, and it was like, hello? Does anybody see this happening over here?
It is. I mean, when you read the transcripts, it's unbelievable. You just simply can't believe that happened in an area like that where this guy openly and blatantly disregarded at the highest level one of the worst possible crimes you could commit against another human being, and they treated it as if it was the girl's problem, as if they instituted this action. You should hear it.
It's a bad movie plot.
It is a bad. They aided and abetted him to the point where they allowed him to bring women into the Palm Beach County Jail. It is criminal.
And they got away with it.
And they got away with it.
And not only that, promoted.
They got some sweet positions in a White House administration.
Did not respond to the story for a comment on it, and they said they tried to find them and could not. Both have retired and moved on, and have basically disappeared. In shame, I hope.
Yeah.
I hope everybody knows what they did. I can only hope that everybody who knows them know exactly what they did. And now that they read those transcripts, and now they can find out word for word exactly how those two prosecutors treated those young kids being taken advantage of by this guy, this predator.
Unfortunately, the one thing that my takeaway just from witnessing this for long enough, and politics at the highest level, they operate without shame.
Yeah, without shame. Complete without shame.
Yep.
No recourse either, buddy.
Yeah.
A 30-year mystery is solved in Orange County, at least partially solved. The sheriff's office announced yesterday that remains found in 1993 have recently been identified. I thought this may have been a victim story that we had done earlier. No, this is another unidentified victim. In this case, the skeletal remains were found in the woods in Orlando in the area of Heather Road and Dennis Ave. Investigators knew it was a white man who died of a gunshot wound to the head, but that was it. His ID remained unknown for 3 decades until the sheriff's office contacted Othram Labs. They used genetic genealogy, to identify the remains as those of Greg Carpenter. He was 48 when he was last seen alive the day after Christmas back in 1992. The deputies asked anyone who knew Greg Carpenter to contact the sheriff's office. They say your information, no matter how small it could be crucial in bringing justice to Greg and closure to his family.
Wow.
All right, a man will spend the rest of his life behind bars after he was convicted in an Orange County sexual assault case. 55-year-old Bruce Whitehead was sentenced to life in prison earlier today. The good thing is he's already got a lot of the face tats that are required for a life sentence.
They should have given him 10 years just for the horrible tattoos.
Last week, a jury found him guilty on all charges tied to the 2022 rape and mutilation of a 22-year-old woman in Orlando's Pine Hills neighborhood. The victim survived and was able to testify during the 7-day trial. It was said to be just chilling testimony she gave. Whitehead will have 30 days to file an appeal. He was previously convicted and served time for a similar case up in Duval. Nearly 40 years ago.
Yep.
Okay, now a former Miami police officer will spend more than 11 years behind bars.
Ouch.
I think this is the premise behind the movie Training Day, but a federal judge...
Jack was just telling you what the soundtrack's going to be like for the next 11 years.
You know, when former law enforcement have to go to the pokey for a while, they get the pokey.
Oh, yeah. Especially when you get, when you're like kind of rolling the way this dude was rolling. So a federal judge in Fort Lauderdale sentenced Fresnel Sanat to 135 months in prison to be followed by 5 years of supervised release. Turns out Sanat pleaded guilty in March to extortion and attempted possession with intent to distribute cocaine.
All right.
How do you say he got a hold of the booger sugar? Well, prosecutors say Sanat used his unmarked police vehicle to stop drug trafficking suspects in Broward County in order to steal their drugs and money.
Oh, we were shaking them down?
In exchange for not arresting them.
This is like a good old 80s cop movie. This is just a good old-fashioned cop crime here, man. Nothing wrong with that.
Well,
shaking a brother down for some money and coke. It's Miami. That's what they do.
Closer to home.
It's on their damn application. Can you shake down drug dealers for cash? Check. Yes, I'm in.
Closer to home, a Volusia County law enforcement agency impacted by a string of sexual harassment allegations is getting a new leader next week. The city of Holly Hill will officially swear in Police Chief Byron K. Williams on July 9th. The North Florida native has spent more than 2 decades on the force. Now, if you don't know, the city police department has been at the center of an investigation that led to the resignation of its former chief and 2 high-ranking officers. Williams believes the agency can rebuild with the right training. He will officially take office next Monday, a day before his swearing-in ceremony. All right, back up to Duval County.
Okay.
Celebrate, y'all.
I like how these counties have runs. Lake County was just on one last week.
Oh, wait.
Duval's kicking it off?
We're going to go from Duval to Alachua.
Oh, nice.
All right, but right now in Duval.
All right, Jacksonville to Gainesville. Here we go.
Come on. Jacksonville, open consumption of alcohol is now allowed.
In the city?
In certain parts of Jacksonville.
Wow, good for them.
An ordinance that allows people to carry alcoholic drinks along the St. Johns River went into effect on Monday. Now, drinks must be in specially branded Riverwalk cups and legally purchased from licensed vendors.
Oh, that's how they get you, the big cup.
Oh, yeah.
And consumed within certain boundaries, but people can have up to 2 to-go cups at a time. You can double fist it up in Duval.
That's the most Jacksonville thing ever.
Yep. Big cup is behind this.
And you can see this happening over. He hands him, the vendor will hand him the beers. The guy will grab it and goes, well, how am I going to pay you? I can't set these down.
Yep, it's the big cup.
I love it.
It's the big cup.
This should have happened
lobby.
in Jacksonville in the 80s, by the way.
This should have
happened.
They were ready for it?
Yeah.
Okay, from there we go over to Gainesville, Alachua County.
Oh, yeah.
Wish we had some sad music, because this time we're talking about a teenager who's suing the state.
Okay.
After losing her job as a stripper in Alachua County. 19-year-old Serenity Bushy.
Stripper? From the 70s?
Could you do the spelling of that, please?
Oh, Muffet.
No, the spelling on that.
Bushey.
Oh, really?
I think it is. 19-year-old Serenity Bushy was fired this month from Cafe Risque in Micanopy.
What can you do? What could you possibly do
Nothing.
to get fired from Cafe Risque?
Nothing. This is in Micanopy after a new state law raised the minimum age for strippers.
Oh.
In her recent lawsuit, she claims the law violates her First Amendment rights.
Oh, freedom of speech?
House Bill 7063 requires anyone who works in the adult entertainment venue to be at least 21 years old.
Really? Was that one of those new 200 laws that just went into effect?
It was.
Yes, it was.
Wow.
How'd you miss that one?
I don't know how I missed that. That's kind of crazy, right? I mean,
which one? Their last name is Bushy, or that?
Well, I mean, you can make some arguments there. It goes back to the whole thing. Well, I can fight for the country, and I can, blah blah blah
Again,
blah. But
yeah,
I can't strip and take my clothes off for money.
Exactly.
Could they do OnlyFans?
I don't know.
So as an 18-year-old, 19-year-old, you could do OnlyFans, but you can't strip in a strip club?
But what's interesting is that not only did they raise the required age for to work in adult entertainment venues, but Florida is most likely going to be one of those states that could be blocked by Pornhub.
Oh, wow.
Where you won't be able to access it at all.
There you go. Without the age verification thing.
They have no way to really verify your age.
Yeah.
So rather than take the chance that they violate the law, they're just locking it down and just not making you able to access the site.
I'm guessing Pornhub will react. When you lose the revenue from a state like this, it affects you.
I don't know. I don't know how else they could get around it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because that's now in the law. And then finally, yes, what chapter of Revelations are we in? Well, you might notice more people than usual scanning the skies today.
Okay.
In recognition of World UFO Day.
Oh, really? Yeah.
The unofficial holiday marks the date in 1947 when an object from another world supposedly crashed in Roswell, New Mexico, and they've never let you forget it, have they, guys?
No, they have
From
not.
the McDonald's to the bank, everything has a little green alien on it,
They
right?
leaned into it. It's great.
I loved it.
I was accurate with that, right? Because I told Jack beforehand, when you go to Roswell, it's kind of trippy. Really, to be honest with you. You think it's going to be one thing, and you go there, and it's just a dilapidated town living from the alien thing in the 40s, really.
Yeah, 47.
Yeah.
Well, should you happen to spot something unusual, whether you want to call it a UFO or a UAP, a MUFON, the Mutual UFO Network is always taking reports.
Oh, yeah.
Dun, dun, dun. A couple of Harvard researchers actually just came out with a paper that said that aliens could be living among us.
I saw that. And did you see yesterday?
Under fake human skin.
Or this past week at Red Rocks, a couple of employees shot some video of an object hovering over Red Rocks. I think it was 11 different employees saw the same thing.
Wow. Do we know what show is playing? Because,
Listen, here's the thing. I don't care what you say. You're out there in Colorado, out there in that area there where it's those vast expanses. anything's possible.
Anything
and by the
everything.
Way, there's so much crazy tech in Colorado and so many scanning programs, all these weird, military installations out there.
Yeah.
It wouldn't shock me the least.
YouTube, when a couple of guys try to get to Area 51 and a couple of guys in a truck and some real big assault rifles are like, yeah, you're going to turn around now.
Yeah.
You're going to absolutely turn around
when
now.
you can hear the wind whistling through the barrel of that 50 cal from 100 yards. And I will tell you, right around those areas out there, they put those small fences up. You're like, I can hop right over that. And then you see that sign, we will shoot to kill you.
Right.
Like, there's no, you could be harming yourself. It is like, you cross this fence, dude, and you have entered the zone where I can snipe your ass from the other side of the world.
Having gone horseback riding right by Cape Canaveral, right by the Kennedy Space Center, the guard towers and the signs will tell you the exact same thing.
Oh, yeah.
This is not Walt Disney World. You try and cross this fence and we will shoot to kill.
It basically says the statute of the government that allows them to handle it with deadly force if need be.
Yeah, exactly. Don't be the need be.
Yeah. I don't want the guy who traded with the SEALs for 7 years and have yet to get to squeeze a trigger on my case. Right. I don't want that guy going, you know what, I haven't done this in a while.
Feeling a little itchy.
That idiot's a foot over. I'm good.
And now you all are officially woke.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us easily at 77031. Move over, BMI. There's a new way that they're measuring your fat ass these days. I'll tell you what that is next.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio, at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by Gringos Locos and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James, Miguel, Ken, and Mike. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hey, Central Florida, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Tuesday forecast. And for today, it's going to be another hot and humid day. Afternoon highs will be soaring well into the low and middle 90s. Afternoon scattered showers and thunderstorms are likely today as well, and these will gradually fizzle out as we get closer towards this evening. We'll expect daily rain chances and hot temperatures as we head to our 4th of July holiday with a high of 94 degrees. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. For over 35 years, we've grown by offering our clients more offices, more lawyers, and recovering more than $20 billion. Injured? The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
This July, celebrate America's independence with a fresh view from Renewal by Andersen. Renewal by Andersen delivers custom-designed, energy-saving windows and doors so you can improve your home's curb appeal and increase your comfort. That's because Renewal by Andersen uses their unique Febreze material, which combines both elegance and resilience, offering you double the strength of traditional vinyl. Renewal by Andersen has the most 5-star reviews, and their products are backed by some of the strongest warranties you will find anywhere. Right now, buy any 4 windows or patio doors and get the 5th free. Plus, enjoy 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 18 months. Don't miss this limited time offer. Visit rbafla.com to schedule your free consultation today. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring experienced window and door installers. Celebrate freedom and comfort with Renewal by Andersen, official sponsor of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. License number CGC 1527613.
I'm John Morgan, here to urge you to vote yes on Amendment 3 and legalize the adult use of marijuana. There are a lot of reasons to vote yes on Amendment 3, but let me give you one more good one. Today, too many adults are sitting in our jails simply because they were using marijuana, and that is just wrong. If I was your governor, I would free or parole every person in jail for possession, and then expunge everyone's record. Amendment 3 will put a stop to this and let the cops fight real crime, not fake crime. I'm tired of people being thrown in jail for something that is less harmful than alcohol or opioids. So now let's finish what I started and join me, John Morgan, in voting yes for the people and for Amendment 3.
Vote yes on Amendment 3. Paid political advertisement paid for by Smart and Safe Florida, 1400 Village Square Boulevard, Suite 3, 321, Tallahassee, Florida, 32312.
We love to celebrate the 4th of July with family, friends, food, and fireworks. Please be safe this Independence Day weekend and don't drink and drive from your friends at iHeartMedia and Anna Jar and Levine Accident Attorneys.
Most people pack their swimsuit away in the fall, and it doesn't come out again until May. That's when things get interesting. Or maybe a better word is shocking, especially if you've gained weight since wearing it last year. But don't worry, Red Mountain Weight Loss has the solution with prescription semaglutide. Semaglutide is an exciting new breakthrough in medical weight loss. It's the main ingredient in Ozempic, and clinic studies have shown it accelerates weight loss, helping you lose up to 15 pounds or more per month. At Red Mountain Weight Loss, we have semaglutide in stock and ready to ship today. It's available as a weekly injection or a daily tablet. Plus, you'll get the support of our licensed medical team with meal plans to speed your progress and medical solutions to prevent side effects, all for half the price of Ozempic. Lose weight and look great this summer with semaglutide from Red Mountain Weight Loss. Schedule your free consultation today. Go to redmountainweightloss.com or dial pound 250 on your phone, keyword Red Mountain Weight Loss.
Can you turn that thing off? You're scaring away the fish.
Yeah, well, the fish aren't biting, but my wife sure is. This is the 4th text message about the kids acting up while I've been away. Never seen this emoji before. Looks like her hair's on fire. What do you suppose that means?
It means you should have given her a just because gift from International Diamond Center before you left for this trip. Come on, learn from the master.
Ask any wife. It feels great to be appreciated and loved beyond special occasions just because. After all, she's not your roommate. Tell her how much she means to you, even if it isn't a birthday or an anniversary. IDC can lend a hand with everything from gorgeous designer jewelry to diamond classics like eternity bands, earrings, and pendants. And you know the prices at IDC are the guaranteed lowest.
Uh-huh, big man. Now there goes your phone.
Says she misses me and have a great time. Love, your best catch ever.
International Diamond Center. When you're up the creek at home, we're here for you. Just because. 4 Orlando locations.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZzzQuil.
ZzzQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZzzQuil nights. Explore our products at ZzzQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
You can watch radio being made on a daily basis at Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Something I definitely don't skimp on, and I really don't think anybody else should either, is when it comes to prostitutes. You get what you pay for.
Serenity Bushy confers.
Yeah. Hey, she's just a stripper.
Yeah.
She's not a prostitute.
See, that's a problem, Deb. You people, you make that leap.
Right. This is a young woman who wants to express herself artistically for $1 at a time. All right, or fives.
Yeah, the bucks still work.
5 if you want that 5 if you want that ass alive.
1's in the buns, 5's in the thighs.
Yeah,
what are
right.
you talking about?
Yeah. You know the deal. All right, 407.
Jack doing his currency exchange.
Did you ever do the one where you fold it up, put it in your mouth, you lay back on the stage, and then she bends down? Never mind.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's grip.
Jack just explained a crime.
Or a good time.
Actually,
I'm just saying Brevard strip clubs were a different level. I mean, it's Central, much better than Orlando.
You know what the funny thing is? Strip clubs are fun, but I didn't realize how fun they are with your wife.
Oh, yeah.
Strip clubs can be a damn good time with your wife because a lot of the women in strip clubs have well, let me just say this. All the women in strip clubs have no interest in you. And I don't care who you are, what you look like, or how much cash you have. They're looking for a different level of fun. Chances are you don't have any connection with it. I don't care how much cash you have. It's a different level of fun. Yeah. When you get in there, you can, when you go in there with a young lady,
Pretty
especially
cryptic.
if the woman is attractive, you'll notice that you get a whole bunch more attention from the girls than if you were there just with your boys. They are more interested in your wife way faster than they're way interested in you. I found that out. About $75 later. All right, 407-916-1041. Welcome back. I'm Jim. There's Deb. Jack is here as well.
Yeah.
Was that time you went to a strip club? Have you ever been to a strip club?
I have. I went to the Gold Club in Atlanta when I was there for morning show boot camp.
Really? Was it fun?
It was. It was a good time. But at the same time, you're kind of like, you look across the room and you're like, you skeevy F, dude. You're spending grocery money. You know you are. I should trip you on your way out.
Is that one a nice one, by the way? The Golden Club?
I believe so.
Is it nice?
I mean, when it was open, I think it was pretty famous for at its time. It was in the 90s.
Yeah.
That's the last time.
The place in Florida that has the most notorious strip clubs is Tampa, correct?
Right, Ybor City.
Or Miami?
Miami.
That thing that Ross went to.
Yeah, exactly. What was that one called again?
Mons Venus. Well, Ross is, I don't know. Tampa has Mons
Venus
and a number of others.
Now, that was right next to where the Buck Stadium was, the old one, right?
Yeah, Mons is not far from it at all.
Because I heard they used to have a sign out front that said the Bucks stop here.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a couple others like right down the street from Mons Venus, but that one's way more famous.
I heard, that Mons Venus is like the most famous one.
Yeah. And it was completely nude for a while, right? I don't know if they changed that.
I don't know about that.
Well, I know.
Never been there.
Okay, so I know that there was at least one completely nude club in Orlando for a while. Club Juana was completely nude, right? Yeah. And there was another one, I think Baby Dolls in Orlando that wasn't far from Club Juana. Like I think 2 doors down was also completely nude.
Club Juana was, but you had to watch him perform Macbeth.
Yeah. No. Before that, you did not. You got to remember that all happened after the fact when they came down on
hasty law.
Michael Pinter was the owner of that place, and when they came down on him, he got in some trouble with some people in Chicago.
Anyone special? Anyone we know?
I don't talk about it out loud. But he got himself in a position there. And,
I bet he did.
And he's still around.
Yeah. And I believe they shut his party down over there in Castleberry and pretty much bulldozed his place. They were going to build a park there or something. Of course, that magically never appeared.
It's funny. They knocked it down real fast. It's like, we got to build something. They knocked it down, and then that was vacant for a long while.
Oh, it was a really long time. But that thing was completely nude for a while. That's a different experience.
Yeah.
I have to tell you, the topless, you just...
Tell us about it, Jim.
I'm leaning in.
Describe to us what it looks like if we haven't been.
It's like going to Red Lobster.
It's nothing.
The clam strips.
It's nothing like that. I'm not going to get into the details of anatomy, but it's just weird seeing a completely nude woman dance for your entertainment while you eat popcorn.
Is it kind of like the Seinfeld episode where not everything done when you're naked is good looking?
Yes, that is exactly it. At one point, this place, I think, was 24 hours a day. Not 24 hours a day. It would close at 2, and one of the gimmicks is they would serve you breakfast. If you stayed until 2, you got powdered eggs.
We got you covered.
Powdered eggs.
Smothered and covered.
And a biscuit and some bacon or whatnot. Nothing in the world like... Look, that's when you know maybe some questionable things, namely decisions, have happened in your life, is when you exit Club Juana with a paper plate full of powdered eggs. And you think to yourself, I've killed this Friday night. This somebody is dead. Somebody call the coroner. I have killed this. And by the way, sweatpants, no underwear.
Oh no, that's
the best. I would go in there and it would be just dudes piling in sweatpants, and you know the deal. Easy access scenario. Super low light. You get the feeling. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. I'll get to that body mass thing a little bit later in the show. We got sidetracked.
You just did.
We got sidetracked. But we'll be back in a second with What'd You Do That's New. Stay tuned. That's right after this.
Hey, Mount Dora, we're coming. Details at realradio.fm/freedom.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Heavy delays continue for drivers taking I-4 this afternoon in the Orlando area, traveling east and westbound by the Osceola Parkway exit all the way to 535. Traffic moving well east and westbound for those who need to take the 408 today. No problems to report for anyone who needs to take the turnpike north or southbound. If you see traffic problems, make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Today, we're the largest injury firm in the world, and I'm thankful to you for trusting us all these years. We'll always be here for the people, not the powerful. Injured? The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here for my friends over at Life Imaging FLA. Time to be a hero. Tell your friends and family about Life Imaging FLA. And it's summertime, man. We're really experiencing and expressing our freedom this time of year. And all summer long, we're just kind of hanging out with family and friends. You want to make sure you have as many of those as possible. Life Imaging FLA and their free heart scan can do that for you. Remember, there are a couple minimum requirements. It's a $699 value. But when you think about the numbers, guys, and we just heard about this from Dr. Sean Mahan, that was on with us last week, who's a radiographer with 30 years of experience. This is one of the best ways to determine how your heart is doing so that you can not have that situation where 30% of heart disease, the very first symptom is sudden death. Do not wait, guys. Do exactly what I did. Call Life Imaging right now. Get that free heart scan. Like I said, just a few minimum requirements. It is a $699 value. This doesn't take any time at all. It really doesn't. There are no dyes. You don't have to take your clothes off, no injections. And while you're there, you got to ask about their cancer screening as well. Just pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say the keyword free heart scan. That's all you have to do. Pound 250, say the keyword free heart scan. You'll be connected in seconds. This is the year you're finally going to take control of your long-term health care. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeartMedia.
Nobody wants to get ripped off, broken into, or robbed, but nobody wants to pay a lot of money to have their home protected either. So let's give you a reason. Save money. For less than $1 a day with no other costs, you can get your home secured. Plus, get a lifetime equipment replacement warranty. You need protection for your home. Call the Home Security Hotline right now.
800-915-8941. 800-915-8941. That's 800-915-8941.
Fence Outlet customer Tom said,
"My family and I are so happy with our Fence Outlet experience. Our estimator Tomas was professional, super friendly, and efficient. He worked hard in the blazing sun with a genuine smile to make sure our measurements were accurate. Tomas and the customer service team really made this an excellent experience. Everyone we spoke with was very patient and understanding no matter what questions we had. Our family and our dog Callie love our Fence Outlet fence."
Go to fenceoutlet.com today. License number C-10252 and C-10803.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. If you or anyone in your family has been injured in a car accident, call us now, as the time to file a claim may be limited. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before, protecting America, fighting for you. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
With 3 generations and over 45 years of Florida experience, Handyman Roofing knows storms and hurricanes. We know how to evaluate storm-damaged roofs and not cause more damage. Handyman Roofing has the expertise to get your roof done. Plus, easy financing in case your insurance company is dragging its feet. With multiple emergency response teams ready, Handyman Roofing will be by your side now when you need it the most.
Knows how to get things done. Count on Handyman Roofing to get it done. Handyman Roofing to get it done.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Are you drowning in IRS tax debt?
I owe the IRS $37,000.
Get ready for a toll-free hotline. Take advantage of new IRS tax forgiveness programs that may protect you from IRS collection agencies. They have the power to garnish your wages, put liens on your property, and levy your bank account. Civic Tax Relief can help protect you from the IRS.
Civic Tax Relief basically represented me against the IRS, and by the time everything was completed, I didn't owe the IRS anything.
Find out about the Fresh Start program that is now available through Civic Tax Relief. Civic Tax Relief's special tax hotline can help you discover all the relief programs available for free.
I would recommend anyone who has a tax problem to contact Civic Tax Relief.
Just call 800-506-5803. 800-506-5803. Don't wait. Call now. 800-506-5803. 800-506-5803.
Look to Orange Buick GMC for your next truck at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
2 guys, 5 rings.
Yes.
One essential podcast for the 2024 Paris Olympics. Bowen Yang and Matt Rogers host a new podcast that's all about the athletes.
You got to get your head in the game, as Zac Efron once said.
And the culture.
Not French. Well, no association with the nation of France. But you did live in Montreal.
Of the 2024 Paris Olympics. Listen to 2 Guys, 5 Rings on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app, search 2 Guys, 5 Rings, and start listening.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman & Lind Studios. Why Kaufman & Lind? Because you matter. Contact them at whenyounneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM, Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station, the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics. You probably don't know this or care, but we have web goals. So go to JimColbertLive.com and look at stuff.
Okay, let's see if I can get this in 30 seconds. When I was at Jetty Park Campground in Cape Canaveral, saw a submarine come back. And those guys on the boats with the 50 cals do not care either. They will yell at you and tell you get out of the way for that submarine. Also, other laws that went into effect. People under 18 can work longer. That's really cool when you're telling 18 to 21-year-old that they can't strip. Real ironic.
Jim, Colbert Show, hi. It's Sarah. So, my dad and I love yacht rock weekends, and we were curious, once the summer is over, if you guys are going to do anything for, like, the fall-winter months. Yacht rock weekend, so what's next? So, just curious. Keep us up to date. All right, bye.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Welcome back. I am Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
I am.
Somebody just said that you can't even work in an adult store under the age of 21 now.
Oh, wow. So you couldn't get a job at Fair Villa.
You couldn't work at any of the places in town that do adult toys or paraphernalia or anything like that unless you're 21 years old. But you can work longer. All right, let's do what you do that's new.
And let's hope it's not hot because you don't get water breaks.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Yee! Time for what you do that's new.
Yeah.
What you do that's new.
Jack's still railing on Robitussin.
A little bit.
He's robo-tripping. All right, Klausman Law, that's KLAUSMAN law.com. Offices right here in Orlando. Car crash, call Klausman. He will take good care of you. Again, that's 407-917-1718. Glenn Klausman. All right, what'd you do that's new? Every Tuesday at 4 o'clock, one of the members of the show will choose something for the others to watch, read, or listen to. We'll do that. Then we'll come back that following Tuesday, do that, talk about it, and then move on to the next member. It is Deb's week, and then we'll find out what Jack has to offer right after this. Deborah?
Yeah, so I chose a couple of fairly short comedy clips from a comedian I just ran into, discovered her actually for discovering what'd you do that's new.
Mm-hmm.
Angela Johnson Reyes, a girl from L.A. who ends up in Nashville and talks about the difference of being a California girl now living in the South, from the everyday pleasantries to allergies to the size of our bugs. And then the second video, the first one's a little over 12 minutes, second video a little over 7, and it's all about the choice between an earthquake or a tornado.
Yeah.
Because to those of us who live in, the South, we think, man, I'd rather take a tornado than an earthquake.
Right.
It's interesting hearing someone from California say, no, man, I'll take an earthquake any day.
Right.
I'll ride that thing.
It was
versus a tornado in the South.
Now, this is the woman who became famous. I didn't recognize her at first, and I was like, this is the I Will Cut You girl. I Will Cut You. I think this is that same girl who was on one of those sketch shows.
She's my paisan, man.
And did one of those, she did some character, not Monchichi, did some kind of character like that.
Yeah.
And her whole thing was, I will cut you.
On Mad TV.
Yeah.
A year of Mad TV. Both of these clips are from the same comedy special.
Yeah.
Shot in Nashville, and the whole thing is available to watch. And if the rest is as good as those clips, it's definitely worth watching. Very funny. Deb, you said when you assigned it last week that you felt like she was your spirit. You had some connection to her.
Yeah, my spirit animal.
Your spirit animal. You look like you could be sisters.
God bless you. That's so sweet of you to say.
Watching her on the stage, it looked like, there is definitely, it's like, she reminds me of Deb.
Yeah, when she talked about like she doesn't kill spiders and stuff anymore, because I always joke about that spider that I found in my kitchen in Eatonville who was so big you could hear his legs on the floor.
Oh, that's scary.
And he looked at me and was like, "Is there any coffee left?"
Yeah.
But I didn't kill him. I picked him up and put him outside, and they went, "Ugh."
Yeah, right.
What's surprising to me with comedy, and maybe it's a side to where comedy is now because so many comedians are doing it, and there's so such a wide area to be able to access comedy. It's hard to say on top of who, who's doing what. And Jim, you recognized her name when Deb mentioned it, so I figured you might be familiar with it. I didn't know who she was, but very polished, very funny.
Matter of fact, the first thing I said to Deb when I walked in today, what I say to you about her, about
her stage presence.
I mean, she looks like she's been doing it for 40 years now.
Absolutely.
She has been in the game a little while. It's going to break a while back with that character. She has toured here in Orlando. She actually played Hard Rock Live not that long ago. I say not that long ago. I'm terrible at time. It was probably a couple of years ago. And she was touring on that I Will Cut You thing.
Right.
Yeah, that was kind of what she was doing.
Jim, it was last month.
Was it last month?
Yeah.
No way.
No, but she came before. I was going to say,
okay.
she came way before that. Because I don't think she does the I Will Cut You thing anymore. She looks amazing.
Who would have thought Bible study could be turned into such a great joke without mocking anyone of faith or mocking anyone who's not of faith? She just turns it into like a gang battle, but just only saying "bless your heart."
So funny. It really was funny. Did she curse at all?
No, she never said a single curse word, because that was the other thing I was really impressed with, was that she didn't lean on that crutch at all, and yet her material was super funny. And I also thought her little bit of physical comedy in there, of her searching through the junk drawer and getting the alert on her phone and wondering which VIP child is worth getting an Amber Alert at 3 a.m.
And they're trying to understand why she has rubber bands since they never use them.
But we all keep the asparagus rubber band because
it's such a good one.
It's such a good rubber band.
I thought that was great. It's like,
the asparagus rubber band. I know what you're talking about.
When you tap on something that everyone experiences.
Yes.
The broccoli rubber band.
And you're that first one to really talk about it. That broccoli rubber band is it.
And I also thought it was funny. Now, I don't know from when this special was recorded, but when she talked about having the COVID test done for her, where now you're starting to make manual, you're closing my eyelid from the inside.
Right. She says I would just put it on the inside a little bit and rub around. She goes, well, if you want some boogers, I can give you that in the test. She goes, but when the doctor did it, it was like he was operating my left eye manually.
So if I punch you, it's not my fault. You did it.
It was good, man. Very funny. I'm like Jack. I'm going to watch the rest of it now. I'm going to watch it with my wife because it was very funny.
People are saying she does a nail tech clip that's hysterical from about 10, 12 years ago.
Yeah.
And also the character on Mad TV is Bone Kiki.
Bone Kiki.
Is that the one where you got short nail?
It might be.
Yeah.
That's why you don't have boyfriend.
Exactly. I think it's that same one. She kills, man. She's funny.
She is very funny.
And she was an Oakland Raiders cheerleadder.
Was she really? Okay. Yeah, so Angela Johnson Reyes.
And it's ANJELAH. It's it's not your stereotypical spelling of Angela, ANG.
You know what? We made it easy for you. And if you go to JimColbertLive.com, you search for the What'd You Do That's New 2024 Master List. It's right there near the top, a link to both videos.
Yeah. I'm definitely going to watch the entire thing now. I don't think my wife's heard of her either. And we love comedy. We travel for it.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, exactly. I really thought because that is something you learn when you first move to the South, is that the bless your heart is
it could be two things.
Is twofold. But when you live up north, you'd never heard of that. You've never heard that someone saying bless your heart could be the same as
bless your heart could be sympathy, like, oh my God,
bless your heart.
Did you hear Mabel's husband came down with the bronchitis, bless her heart? Or hey, did you hear Mabel ran a stop sign and hit a kid in a stroller, bless her heart?
I'll lay hands on you. Tell me I won't.
Yeah, very good. It's so funny when after watching that, my YouTube algorithm showed me another video.
Now you made him gay, Deb.
And let's stop. Showed me another video, and I saw that you clicked on this, which is a comic I told you about a while back. Everybody, the guy Lachlan Murdoch.
Yes.
The guy with the long one. He kind of looks like a Geico caveman.
Right, exactly.
But a good-looking Geico caveman. If you haven't seen him, that dude is also extremely funny too. So. All right, good suggestion.
I'm glad you guys liked it.
And like Jack said, if you want to check out what we're talking about, it's comic Angela Johnson. It's actually Angela Johnson Reyes now. Right. But 2 clips up at JimColbertLive.com. The master list for the 2024 thing, you can click right through there. And then if you want to check out the entire thing, you can do that as well. Jack, what do you have for us?
I stumbled across it. It was on YouTube. I think it was after I watched those videos. And then I was looking at others, and I'm like, let's check this. Then I watch it. I'm like, oh, really? And then I saw they had so many of them. And it's worst places to live in Florida. Okay? And then...
You son of a bitch.
Well, then I go back.
Because I know it's coming.
What? No.
I know it's coming. You son of a bitch. How dare you? Just leave them alone. Leave them alone. They're up there in North Florida not doing anything, just smelling that paper mill, eating at Longhorn.
I'm not even sure they made the list in this
I don't think they did.
Because what's interesting is I went back to find it today to find the specific one so I could put the link up. And there were so many different versions of it.
Really?
It's one of those things where people know people are going to click on it. So creators are like putting their spin on it. And each one, different cities for all different reasons.
Really? You're kidding.
However, the one I picked, it was citing a lot of crime data and some other cost of living expenses. But 3 of the 10 fell within Central Florida.
Oh, really?
So that's why I included it.
Okay, very cool. So that's at JimColbertLive.com right now. Go to the master list for what you do that's new. You can click right through and check it out.
Absolutely. It's less than 14 minutes long.
Very nice. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us, 77031. Our buddy Craig LaFleur from PyroSpot Fireworks is up next. We'll talk about keeping your fingers. And by the way, there's a meme going around with a doctor who says this time of year, and by the way, look, we joke about this. Craig does not want anybody to get hurt.
Of course
He's
not.
a great guy, and he wants everybody to take care of themselves and manage themselves well. That's why a lot of his videos also have some safety stuff. We're going to talk safety today, but one of the things going around is this doctor, he's sitting there, and he's sitting there in his scrubs, and he goes, this is a time of year I have to remind people to not mess with these things. Although they're fun, everybody has a good time with fireworks. If you don't mind yourself, you have to start drinking and doing this, some crazy things can happen. And then he starts showing x-rays. And let me tell you, when you see a couple x-rays of people's hands that have been hit with some pretty big fireworks, it will show you the life that you don't want to be a part of. Like literally blown in half. You just see the bones though. You don't see any of the blood and gut stuff, but it just shows you the damage that can do. So we'll have Craig tell us how you can keep safe.
That's effective.
And have a good time with your fireworks. We'll do that right after this.
What you do that's new, brought to you by Glenn Klossman, KLAUSNANLAW.com.
Proudly sponsored since day one by Glenn Klossman, KlossmanLaw.com.
Bye.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Slow traffic continues on I-4, both east and westbound on the interstate between the Beach Line and 535. Still looking at northbound delays on 436 due to a crash reported between Lee Vista Boulevard and Hoffner Avenue. A crash in Sanford is blocking the northbound left lane on 1792 at 25th Street. If you see other traffic problems, just make sure you're calling the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Want to save up to 50% on new blinds and shades? Blindster offers custom-made blinds, shades, and shutters at prices way less than big box retailers. And right now, save up to 50% off any order during Blindster's July 4th sale. Hurry, sale ends July 8th. Blindster.com.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Big news for veterans and first-time homebuyers. The Hometown Heroes program provides up to $35,000 down payment and closing costs. Get pre-approved at thatmortgageguydon.com.
MortgageGuyDon.com.
Celebrate our country's independence in Mount Dora as the City of Mount Dora and Real Radio present the Freedom on the Waterfront on July 3rd. Musical performances from All for One and Inner Circle. Food, fun, and Central Florida's best fireworks display over Lake Dora. Event starts at 5 p.m. and is sponsored by Visit Lake, Mullinax Ford, Coors Beer, Mellow Mushroom, and Fox 35. Visit the City of Mount Dora's event page for more information. Don't miss Freedom on the Waterfront in Mount Dora on July 3rd.
Thinking about selling your home? Well, hold on to your packing tape. The Nickl Group can sell houses faster than you can find that one missing sock. Get a guaranteed cash offer on your home from the Nickl Group today. Visit thenicklgroup.com.
I'm John Morgan, here to urge you to vote yes on Amendment 3 and legalize the adult use of marijuana. There are a lot of reasons to vote yes on Amendment 3, but let me give you one more good one. Today, too many adults are sitting in our jails simply because they were using marijuana, and that is just wrong. If I was your governor, I would free or parole every person in jail for possession, and then expunge everyone's record. Amendment 3 will put a stop to this and let the cops fight real crime, not fake crime. I'm tired of people being thrown in jail for something that is less harmful than alcohol or opioids. So now let's finish what I started and join me, John Morgan, in voting yes for the people and for Amendment 3.
Vote yes on Amendment 3. Paid political advertisement paid for by Smart and Safe Florida, 1400 Village Square Boulevard, Suite 3, 321, Tallahassee, Florida, 32312.
Zero Foxtrot isn't just a brand, it's a way of life. Founded and operated by veterans, Zero Foxtrot's unique apparel and gear echoes the grit of the warrior culture. Zero Foxtrot dedicates itself to producing content, honoring the sacrifices of forgotten heroes of the past, and connecting history to the present. Embark on a journey with Zero Foxtrot today at zerofoxtrot.com. It's not merely our products, it's about the ethos that we embody. Rugged, resilient, and timeless.
If you're struggling to lose weight, go to Red Mountain Weight Loss. We'll show you how shedding those unwanted pounds has never been easier with a new FDA-approved drug called semaglutide that's revolutionizing medical weight loss. It's the primary ingredient in Ozempic, and it helps people lose up to 15 pounds a month easily. It's a total game changer. At Red Mountain Weight Loss, we have semaglutide in stock and ready to ship today, available in either the injection or tablet form. You'll also get the support of our licensed medical team, helping you with meal plans to speed your progress and medical solutions to prevent side effects and muscle loss. All for less than half the price of Ozempic. Put this game changer to work for you. At Red Mountain Weight Loss, you'll get quality semaglutide, your choice of injection or tablets, and all for half the price of Ozempic. Schedule your free consultation today. Go to redmountainweightloss.com or dial pound 250 on your phone, keyword Red Mountain Weight Loss.
Spark Energy by Dunkin' Berry Burst and Peach Sunshine flavors. Order ahead on the Dunkin' app and get a medium for $3 all July. Fruit flavored, contains zero fruit juice, caffeine from caffeine and guarana. Participation may vary, limited time offer, terms apply.
Step up to the plate with Jeremiah's new Batter Up series, all layered with our new Brownie Batter Italian Ice. Swing for the fences with Brownie Batter a la mode, Hey Batter Batter, and Double Fudge Brownie, all loaded with our Grand Slam-worthy Oreo cookie crumbles. Don't strike out. Visit jeremiahsice.com.
Hey, what's up, Ohana? Yeah, aloha.
With the ultimate brownie treats. Score big at Jeremiah's Italian Ice. Every scoop is a home run. Step up to the plate for Jeremiah's new Batter Up series. Visit jeremiahsice.com.
The Medal of Honor is the highest military decoration in the United States. Since it was established in 1861, there have been 3,517 people awarded with the medal. I'm Malcolm Gladwell, and our new podcast from Pushkin Industries and iHeartMedia is about those heroes. Listen to Medal of Honor, Stories of Courage on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Medal of Honor, Stories of Courage.
104.1.
Hey, so apparently Facebook is still a thing. Search gym members and join our group.
What's up, Colbert Show? Lawn care guy Rich here. Talking about the skimping out on things. An old man told me one time, the two things you don't skimp out on life is your shoes and your bed, because you spend 75% of your life either in your shoes or in your bed. So take care of your feet and take care of your behind in the bed. Have a great day, guys.
Thanks, boss. Yeah, those Asian cultures have been watching out for their feet for, let's say, millennia. After millennia. After millennia. So they're on to something there. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Welcome back. I am Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well. And I know one place you never skimp, Jack.
Yeah.
You never skimp here because you get one time of year to really blow it out. You always buy good quality fireworks, and when you do that, you of course buy them from a good friend, Craig at PyroSpot Fireworks. Good luck.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
IWantFireworks.com.
Thank you. Pleasure to be here.
What are you doing with your life?
I'm wearing a new scent called Gunpowder and Ass. I'm the guy you want next to you on a plane.
You're right here.
Oh, yeah.
3 of these locations, by the way, all throughout Central Florida: Eustis, Sanford, and of course Longwood, the OG store right there on the corner of 434 and 1792. Been a staple in that corner now for what, 10, 12 years?
18 years.
Oh my God! That's what I meant to say.
I can't even believe it.
It's insane,
ridiculous.
Really.
Oh my God!
I remember when this was just a glimmer in your eye because you were such a fanatic for this stuff. You're like, I bet I could probably do this for a living. Then because people probably don't realize you have a full-time job.
Oh yeah, my first 2 years were literally buying fireworks for myself, and I was selling off like a couple of extra to my friend because I had better stuff than they could get anywhere. And I did that for 2 years, and after 2 years, I was getting calls in like March going, "Hey, my name's Chris. I'm a friend of Todd's."
Right, you're the plug now.
Yeah, he's like, "Okay, could you get me some?"
Yeah.
So I said, "Okay, I'm going to put a whole bunch of stuff on the credit card," which my then girlfriend did not like.
Wasn't a fan of it.
I'm going to spend $15,000 on a credit card.
Yeah.
And it was gone in 2 weeks. All the extra was gone in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Let me. So I spent a year researching before I opened my first
Wow,
location
man.
there.
Unbelievable. And
So
it's gone gangbusters,
Were you
too.
selling just enough so all your stuff was free? Because that's how I got into selling weed.
So actually,
exactly right.
In Florida, the wholesale license is $2,000 per year. And I had to have the wholesale license to buy it. So I was like, I got to try and recoup some of the license cost. Really, that was the impetus. So.
Really, just to kind of break even on it so you can kind of get going. Well, so you've been there for 18 years. Of course, we've expanded. I say we. You've expanded. You're out in Eustis now in Lake County, right off of 441. Just as you go past Highway 19, as you're getting into Eustis, on the right there, you can see it.
Yeah.
You can see the tent. Clearly has the PyroSpot banner out front, and of course over in Sanford, you guys still in the same place?
We're in the Seminole Town Mall parking lot there. They moved us over like one parking lot over, but it's on the side of the Hooters. Just past it there.
And all tents stocked with the same exact stuff?
Yeah, Longwood is a bigger tent. It's about 20 foot longer, so it has maybe 10% more inventory just because I have the shelf space.
Yeah.
But I make sure the best stuff is in all of them. So
Yeah. Let's take care of the business first before we get to the fun stuff, because I was just telling these guys beforehand, there's a doctor out there, and he's doing a little video. It's on social right now, and he goes, hey, look, everybody likes to have a good time with fireworks, but I think people sometimes forget how powerful these things can be and how dangerous they can be. Of course, 4th of July is not just for adults, it's for kids as well. You get drunk parents out there. I know I've been one.
Oh, my God.
And you can have some stuff go sideways. You don't want to cause any problems with your kids or anybody else's kids. So, just as far as safety goes, is it the normal stuff? Is it really just designating someone who isn't going to be drinking or being stupid?
That's my biggest recommendation. I rarely follow it myself. No, actually, now as I've gotten older, I usually do. Whenever I was younger, I should have killed myself. It's ridiculous.
Right.
Having someone who's not drinking, a bucket of water, like a 5-gallon bucket of water, is fantastic. Because if anything starts smoking or anything like that, you're not scrambling for a fire extinguisher or anything like that. You
just dunk it, right? Like if you get, and that's the other thing too. One of the biggest things that happens every year are burns, not from what you think though. It's from sparklers, which is the common thing for kids to have.
Yeah, sparklers burn at like 1,400 to 1,600 degrees. So it's like, let me hand my 10-year-old a branding iron,
a welding rod.
And then they drop on the ground afterwards, so they're hot. And whenever we were young, you're running around barefoot. So I think I still got a couple of scars on the bottom of my feet from stepping on them.
And that's where that bucket of water also comes into play. We did that every year. Hey, just tell everybody, hey kids, we want you to have fun. But when your sparkles out, put it in this bucket of water so it gets cold. Nobody steps on it, like you were saying. And of course, if you're doing mortars, you want to make sure you're far enough away so that if anything happens, it tips over. It's still perfectly safe for everyone. We've had that happen. It is horrifying.
Oh, God, yeah.
It's horrifying.
And here's an easy way to help yourself out. Wherever you're launching your fireworks from, mortars or cakes or whatever, if you have just a folding table, 6-foot folding table or 8-foot folding table, you can pop the legs out and lay it down sideways next to where you're launching fireworks. Because what happens is if you have a misfire or if you have a blow up,
well, that's a good
and
idea.
you have a table, even if the table's like 6 or 7 foot away, if it clears the table, then it's over the crowd. It's not going to hit anybody in the crowd. If it's heading toward people, it's going to hit the table and deflect straight up.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
So,
what we used to do also is the base of the mortar is about 6 inches square for the mortar tube. What we would do is we would get a piece of plywood or a piece of wood, scrap wood that's about 2 by 2, and we would screw the mortar tube down to it so that it would make it impossible for the mortar tube to tip over, which is the number one problem with mortars.
Definitely the best way are take a cinder block.
Yeah.
You can put two of them, cinder block over 2 different tubes, and it'll hold it in place no matter what.
Absolutely.
And if you think you have a dud mortar, never look in there to see.
Yeah.
You're not going to see anything you want to see.
Yeah, so if it doesn't light, if you have anything that does not light, don't go look at it. Carry over your 5-pound bucket of water, and then reach over with the bucket and just pour water down the mortar or in the cake or whatever else, and then you have no worries.
Yeah, just pour the water into it. Don't lift it up and go to the bucket. Pour the water directly into it.
100%.
Just how it goes.
So fireworks 101. Mortar. That's a tube, and it's like the old war movies. They drop something in, and it shoots out.
It's a single load, either a canister or a ball that you put in one at a time, and the fuse sticks out of it, and you light them one at a time, and they shoot up in the air.
And they go way up. It's it's the big high ones.
I would say a cake is probably the thing you have the most, and that's what it's right now. They're all wrapped and colorful.
It's a show in a box.
A show in a box with a fuse sticking out of it, and people just you light it and you run away and you watch.
Yeah, they are very stable for the most part, and we have small all the way up to giant ones.
Yeah.
Where it can have 6 shots to 200 shots, and it puts on a show. It's all timed for the most part with different fusing inside of it and stuff. So you light one fuse and you have a show anywhere from 20 seconds to a minute and a half, depending on what you get. So.
Yeah, the first time I saw a cake I got from you and lit that, and so I never saw fireworks that good outside of a professional show.
Yeah,
it's like
that
whole
really,
fireworks that way. It was next level. Backyard fireworks.
So those have been around a long time, but they were okay. Like whenever I first started, there were a few cakes made by Brothers Fireworks that I loved. Most of the other stuff was junk, and but I couldn't find Brothers Fireworks in Florida because it's expensive and nobody wanted to sell good fireworks in Florida. And from there, I discovered there were some other ones that from other companies that I really liked. But over the last, we'll say 8 to 10 years, they've really come a long way.
Really,
the effects that they put in there now rival professional.
Really.
Yeah, it's some of the cakes that I have now are just stupidly impressive for what they do.
And the cool thing about the cakes is there's 2 sizes. You have different gram cakes, and I will tell you, just from my personal experience from running one of these tents one year as a family thing over the fairgrounds, which is a good time. I think personally, if you're in a neighborhood and you're worried about having a big show or whatever, the 200-gram cakes they're smaller cakes, so they're the size of half a lunchbox or something like that, right? And they also give a show. The report, which is the explosion, the pop, is less loud. The firework doesn't go up as high, but they are very brilliantly colored. And when people would come in and they're like, hey, I want to do something cool for the kids, but I don't want to scare them away, and I don't want it to be so high where they can't enjoy it, I would turn them on to these 200-gram cakes, and they would lose their minds.
Oh, yeah. If you're doing it from the street in front of your house, then I would say these are great.
Yeah.
Because they are not as powerful as the big ones, but it's a great show. It
Still
really
a fun
is.
show, right.
It's going to go up anywhere from 40 to 75 foot versus some of the big ones go, 150 foot into the air. The brakes were a lot bigger than the bigger ones, but when you're that close, the brakes on a smaller cake are fantastic. When you're standing in a driveway, which we always recommend being 100 foot away from fireworks. I understand a lot of people don't do that, but that is our recommendation is 100 foot gets you a safe distance.
Now, I know your website, iwantfireworks.com. You have videos of most of the, fireworks being displayed.
Yeah, just about everything on there. We try hard to keep it updated.
You still have that at the tent itself where that people can come and see that?
We still have the touchscreens of all the stuff, so you can sit there and see what it's like before you buy it and kind of pick out stuff that works for you.
Because otherwise you're just looking at advertising on a box.
I mean, Although that does sell fireworks. Like there are some boxes, if it's got a monster truck on it, that's good.
Let's get a question there.
Well, yeah, actually, back to fireworks safety, because someone just texted us at 77031 and said, I have a question about fireworks because I am currently clearing out my father's garage as he passed away. So sorry to hear that. And I found an entire cooler full of blackjack firecrackers. I don't know what to do with them. Please let me know.
So if you soak those, then you can safely dispose of them in a plastic bag. Just soak them thoroughly. You can put them in a plastic bag and put them in the garbage.
So just fill that cooler with water?
Yep.
You wouldn't recommend using those after being that old?
No.
You would not?
They might be pretty good, but no. Actually, what happens?
Oh, the addict comes out. I love it.
Actually, what happens with old fireworks, the worst thing that can happen is it actually gets too dry. So the fusing on them, when they're really dry, gets brittle, but worse, can burn very, very quickly. So normally you light a firework. By law, there's a certain delay before the firework goes off on a firecracker or anything. If the fuse is old, brittle, and dry, that's all done. Yeah,
there's no
as soon as you
delay.
light it, boom.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's no lighting and throwing it back in the day, right?
Okay, so just soak it and then throw it. That's the only time just to throw it. Is that how you soak it?
Yeah.
Thank you, Craig.
All right.
And the fire department will also take
Right.
old fireworks and stuff
okay, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, fire extinguisher near when you're doing this, is that a plus as well? I mean, is it just added level of precaution?
It's a plus, but honestly, water is like in our tents. We have big fire extinguishers, but we also have water fire extinguishers because that's actually the best thing for fireworks.
Really?
Is water,
I'll be damned.
other than the chemical ones. So.
Yeah.
No, I was just thinking about the guys who broke into the storage container, the shipping container the other day to steal about $1,300 worth of material from another fireworks vendor in Ocoee. And, bummer if that torch didn't spark the fire. And
what
then
a numbnut.
Oops.
And then there go all the fireworks.
What a numbnut.
What a...
Good God almighty. Good God almighty. IWantFireworks.com. We're talking with Craig LaFleur from PyroSpot Fireworks, the firework dealer that we use here at the radio station. I think everybody here that works here has gotten their fireworks for many years from Craig.
And, we talk about so often during the heat of the summer, all of these different industries. We talk about roofers. We talk about landscapers. We talk about pool builders. You know who we don't talk about who's out there suffering in the heat? Your
saying
fireworks vendors.
It's hot in the tent. That's hot.
I don't know if you noticed it, but at some point, it got hot outside.
Yeah, it's got a little toasty out there.
Roughly like walking on the surface of the sun.
Yeah.
So, particularly because we're set up in like blacktop parking lots and concrete.
Right.
So, and that tent heats up in the sun all day. So, I have these giant 42, 48-inch fans moving air. It does nothing. That's still just killer out there.
You used to have that AC system out there for a while that you blew through there. I know that.
We still have that out there. Actually, it's in the warehouse right now because I've been pulling stuff from the warehouse, but we'll move it out to Longwood tomorrow.
All right, let's talk about it. And you know what I'm talking about.
I tried looking at videos, but they didn't show the gun as it happened. I want close-ups. I do.
You sent me a video a couple weeks ago, and you said, what about this? And I think the thing I sent back to you was, that looks completely and utterly irresponsible.
That is an adequate description of it. So it's funny. One of my vendors who I deal with all the time, he knows that I like unique things, and he knows that I like really high and good fireworks. And he sent me this video, and he said, "Hey, this is in a container on the water right now." And I said, before I watched the video, I said, "Well, do you have how many shots is it? How much is it a case?" And he says, "I have no information yet. Haven't got the invoice, but it's on the water." So I watched the video, and I texted him back and said, "I'll take 20 cases." And I thought,
didn't even know how much they were?
No, nothing.
No clue.
I thought if it's really expensive, I'm going to have so much fun. There's going to be so many YouTube videos of me. playing with it. So they arrived, and I got the information, and they were more than I was hoping they would be. But my warehouse manager went to go pick them up, and as he's picking them up, he said, "We didn't get enough of these." And I said, "Take 10 more cases. Tell him we'll take 10 more cases right now." So he picked them up, comes back. We start breaking them out. My brother happens to be in town for the weekend, and my brother, I had sent him the video. I was like, "Oh, I got to have one of those." We take them out of the box. My brother's like, I need 6 of those. And I was like, "Well, I only got 30. He's like, "Please." I was like, "Yeah, you can have 6. And then I started playing with them, and I immediately called the vendor and said, "How many do you have left right now?
How many can I come and get
And
right
like,
now?"
Let me go in the warehouse and count. He's like, "I got 40." And I go, "I'm sending my guy right now. They're mine.
Yeah.
I'm gonna." It's a
describe it. Yeah.
It is a Roman candle Gatling gun. So,
and it's exactly like that. When you hear that, I'll tell you exactly. When I saw the video, I was like, "Well, this is Jesse Ventura in The Predator."
Yeah.
When he has that minigun in the forest and he's mowing down the entire forest, it's that with Roman candles.
Yeah, it's got basically a case that holds a giant Roman candle. It's actually like 8 Roman candles that look like a barrel, and it's 400 shots per. So it's like 50 shots per Roman candle. You light it, and it fires until it's done. But it goes in a base that rotates. You squeeze the trigger. It's like a Gatling gun, and it rotates as you fire it.
And you hold it?
And you hold it. Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to tell you to hold it, but I'm going to hold it. Right now, I can't wait. You
kind of hard to be 100 feet away and hold it.
Yeah. You have no idea what it's taken me not to fire one yet.
Really?
I've been like working until 10 p.m. every night, and then we've got advertising. We're working, so like I'm working till midnight every night, and I don't want to do it late at night, and I want to get it on video and stuff. So we were actually going to do it last night, and then like I had somebody call me like, "Hey, I got to come pick some stuff up from the warehouse," so we didn't get to it last night. So tonight, baby.
I would think you'd have to be careful firing one of those because, I mean, no one's seen anything like this before. So if it starts going off, I mean, there's a possibility somebody will think something crazy is going on. You need to prepare yourself.
Yeah,
I'm kind of not joking.
No,
like when you see it, it just doesn't even look real.
No, and it's not like a normal Roman candle with just the colored balls. It's like a really expensive high-end Roman candle with tails and crackling and everything else. It changes color as it's going. So it comes with 6 loads, and each load is 400 shots each. So it's reloadable. But then, in all honesty, like I don't have any other loads after that, so I can't even sell you. I'm hoping, I already told this guy, I'm like, if you bring those in next year, just fill up a truck with them and drop them off.
Right.
I'll take all that you'll drop off. But yeah, I'm playing with it.
Okay, so how much are they a piece?
So they are ridiculously $300, $299.
Okay, $299. All right,
for the gun and the 2,400.
So it's 2,400 shots. You get the gun.
Yeah.
And if you kept the gun part of it, and then you reboot it next year with just the refills, theoretically, that you could keep it till next year and have refills and not have to buy the gun part.
That is what I'm hoping for, is that I can get a whole bunch of cases of refill next year. Although I will tell you, and no one should do this, but my brother is an engineer, of course, and my brother, when he's looking at him, he's like, "Hey, there's just like this plastic thing on the bottom that fits in there, and there's a plastic thing on the top." He's like, "I could just use regular Roman candles in this and fit them inside." He's like, "I got a 3D printer," and I was like, I don't want to know, but please send me video.
Or give me one.
Yeah.
So tomorrow is our Real Radio Mount Dora takeover. All 3 shows broadcasting live. Craig has given us a $100 gift card to PyroSpot for each of the shows to give away at the location where we are doing our broadcast. So we here on the Jim Colbert Show will have a $100 PyroSpot gift card to give away. And on top of that, if you visit the Real Radio tent at Freedom on the Waterfront, we have a box of coupons for PyroSpot. Buy one, get 2 free. And there is a Eustis location, which is very near where we are doing our broadcast.
Literally within 4 miles of where we are.
Yep.
Maybe not even that, really.
Yeah. So you can actually see the fireworks from our Eustis tent.
Oh, how about
so
that?
Whenever they set them off.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to cover, let people know about before we get you out of here?
I like to tell people, I know like the economy is tight right now for a lot of people, and I constantly get calls and texts going, "Hey, I've only got $50, or I've got this budget. Is there anything I can get?" And the answer, yeah. Like we have a lot of inexpensive stuff that is still impressive. So you can come in for $50 and at least have something for yourself or some toys for the kids or something without breaking the bank, and still have a decent show.
And you have a bunch of stuff for kids. I mean, the one thing we're talking about, these big dog fireworks for the mortars and stuff, but in reality, you have 2 full sections of nothing but kids stuff, smoke bombs, the snakes, all
the novelties.
The novelties.
Everybody loves the poopy puppy and all these novelties.
Poopy puppy is great, but do you have those really dangerous sparklers?
Of course we have the dangerous
there you
sparklers. But you're not allowed to have them anymore.
Yeah, the ones where you light and they go whoop.
Also, if you go to our website at iwantfireworks.com, we are running crazy good specials right now. A lot of different packages where you can get a combination of cakes and stuff. And generally, it's about 20% off of you just walking out and picking them yourself.
It really is. It's good. And I think we have one here for the Jim Colbert Show called the Jim Colbert Show Nomad Package.
Yes.
Because I move every 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It comes with empty boxes and packing tape.
This guy knows that. You had to use part of one of his warehouses.
I think he's played cards in every house I've owned.
I want to thank.
I thought about that the other night. I was like, what was that? Like, this is, I don't know, your 18th house or something since the first time I played cards with you.
I want to thank you guys. I've never seen the Poopy Puppy firework, and I'm watching it right now.
That's great, man. Those things are awesome. Well, Craig, always good seeing you, boss.
Oh, man.
It's iwantfireworks.com. That's iwantfireworks.com. Don't forget, it's buy one, get two free. The best stuff out there. He travels every year out to the big fireworks show out the Midwest to make sure that he brings home the stuff that he knows his customers want. And there's 3 locations, Stanford, Longwood, and out in Eustis. And, of course, we'll have this stuff that Jack talked about yesterday, a $100 gift card for each show, and we'll have coupons at the tent as well.
And thank you for letting me sit in the air conditioner for a half
got it,
hour.
buddy.
I can finish out the show if you guys would like.
Good and loud for Craig, guys.
Yay! Liquid IV. Liquid IV. That's what everybody tells us to get.
iwantfireworks.com for the great PyroSpot fireworks. We'll see you soon, bud. Thank you for everything. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us, 77031. Back in just 1 sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
All aboard for Real Yacht Rock Weekends. Every weekend this summer on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Tuesday forecast for Central Florida. And today will be another quintessential hot, humid, and stormy day. We'll expect an afternoon high of 93 degrees with feels like temperatures right around the low 100s, ranging from about 104 to 107 with some afternoon showers and thunderstorms likely. We'll expect those daily rounds of rain to continue into the weekend along with hot temperatures, a high of 94 for your 4th of July. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Summit Racing Equipment.
Upgrade your hot rod or muscle car with parts from Summit Racing. And right now, shop summitracing.com and use promo code RADIO for $10 off an order of $100 or more. Summitracing.com. Exclusions apply. Offer ends July 21st, 2024.
So hot outside, and you have to have an AC that never, ever lets you down. And guys, if you think even 1 minute that your AC is going to give it up any second, you got to get over to Mills Air. These guys specialize in making sure that your AC lasts all season long. It's their preventive maintenance plan. They basically go through your system like you would a car tune-up and make sure everything's good. They do this all the time. Actually, just did it for me. They've saved Jack. They've saved Dead Mom, Olivia and Ross. Hundreds of Central Floridians have leaned on Mills for years for their AC goods, and you should as well. 30 years of experience, man. Let them take that experience and make sure your AC never quits on you. Not to mention their carrier factory authorized dealers. That could get you up to $1,275 in rebates if you do need a brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier and certainly turn to the experts over at Mills Air. These guys are family owned and operated and ready to help you today. Again, it's 407-277-1159. Online, it's easy. It's millsair.com.
Spectrum Internet has enough speed to handle all your needs, so you can work, game, and stream with speeds up to a gig. Plus, Spectrum's advanced Wi-Fi provides enhanced security for all your connected devices. Get Spectrum Internet with fast and reliable speeds, starting at just $29.99 a month with a 2-year price guarantee. Visit spectrum.com/internet for you for full details. Offer subject to change, valid for qualified residential customers only. Restrictions apply.
A noisy garage door is a cry for help that often requires only simple maintenance. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello from A1 Garage Door Service. Don't wait until a simple garage door repair becomes a major problem. We fix garage doors fast and with quality parts designed to last a lifetime. Replacing the bottom rubber on your garage door can have a huge impact on the number of bugs you see in your garage and in your home. Call A1 Garage today and receive the best service, best parts, and best warranty in the industry.
A1 from day one.
The number one cause of accidents is distracted driving, like cell phones, eating, and playing with the radio. So leave it right here on Real Radio. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
Zero Foxtrot isn't just a brand, it's a way of life. Founded and operated by veterans, Zero Foxtrot's unique apparel and gear echoes the grit of the warrior culture. Zero Foxtrot dedicates itself to producing content, honoring the sacrifices of forgotten heroes of the past, and connecting history to the present. Embark on a journey with Zero Foxtrot today at zerofoxtrot.com. It's not merely our products, it's about the ethos that we embody. Rugged, resilient, and timeless.
Febreze. As a rideshare driver, I love keeping my car smelling fresh and clean. So when I'm driving, I only trust new Febreze car vent clips, now with 3 times greater scent control, because it's that little touch that sets me apart. I can turn the intensity down for subtle freshness, or I can turn it up for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with new Febreze car, I know my car's going to smell amazing, which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs. Picking up Oscar!
This is Monster Jam. Witness big air, two-wheel skills, backflips, and all-out racing. It's the only place to see the world's best drivers tear up the dirt in your favorite Monster Jam trucks, like Gravedigger, El Toro Loco, Megalodon, and more. It's big-time fun for the whole family. Monster Jam, as big as it gets. Coming to Kia Center August 3rd and 4th. Brought to you by BKT Tires, your local Ford dealers, and Morgan & Morgan. Visit monsterjam.com today.
Hey, if you're listening to me right now, I have one thing every business needs most: attention. Think about it. We swipe and scroll past stuff all day. But when we're driving, cooking, and working out, we're also listening. That's the magic of audio at iHeart. We're in your next customer's ears while they're living life and listening, just like you are right now. So get your customers to listen up today using radio, digital, and podcasts. Visit iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Want more from us? At The Jim Colbert Show on Instagram. Follow us.
Happy Tuesday, Jim Colbert Show. It's Concrete Mike. So 3 things I do not skimp on no matter what. Number 1 being tires for your vehicle.
Oh, yeah, buddy.
Always get the good tires. Don't buy the cheapest ones you can possibly get. Your life depends on them. Number 2, toilet paper. Always got to have a good toilet paper to wipe your stuff with, so you don't poke a finger through it and get in touch with your inner self.
Yeah, you don't want to breach.
And last thing is my weed.
Hey, what's up, Ohana? Yeah, aloha on this Tuesday. Speaking of comedy, just giving you the report from Melbourne on Saturday night at Pineapples. Ross absolutely destroyed it. That place was wild. Great show, just incredible.
He's a monster. He's a
Cannot
beast.
say enough other than next time, you gotta be there. Aloha.
Aloha, buddy. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. It is zero surprise that Ross killed it. It is zero surprise that he absolutely floated the room. That is the norm in the life of Ross Padgett.
It is, and he also did the same at the Monsters Night of Comedy. He had a short set, but it was just
he's a destroyer.
nonstop. Yeah.
He's a destroyer.
That's what he does.
Absolute destroyer. By the way, he had a viral Twitter clip about Drake go absolutely ape-ass, and I think he just released the second part of it today.
Well, and what's interesting is that he wasn't even the one who posted it on X. It was someone else who posted it. Guess how many likes it's up to?
I don't know, like 10,000?
80,000.
God.
Yeah. So what's funny is my daughter reached out to me, and she's like, hey, this just showed up in my For You page. That means, it was just suggested to her by stuff she likes,
right?
And it was Ross's video. And she's like, you guys should get him on the show.
Yeah, I think we made a really good decision there.
Yeah.
Best one ever, history of Real Radio.
It is the best decision in the history of Real Radio, no question. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. I just got sad. All right, I'm better. Right?
Yeah.
Welcome back. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Whatever.
Jack is here as well. Just real quick, just a personal note. If you choose to buy fireworks this week and you do that, please do. You will not find a better human being than Craig LaFleur. This guy is one of the most solid cats. I was just texting somebody who rents his tents to him, and he was like, yeah, I've rented tents to him. He's just a solid dude. I go, that is exactly how he is. Love doing business with him. He's one of my closest friends. He's a great human being. So if you want somebody with ethos to buy your stuff from, where you're supporting somebody who takes care of the people who work with him and for him, you can support that cat and know that's going to happen every single time. There you go. I'm done. What were you going to say?
Nice guy.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
That's it.
By the way, I love this skimping talkbacks we've been getting because, by the way, the toilet paper, I'm going to tell you how important that is. So we've gone through some interesting toilet paper choices in our life. We've tried to be frugal. That didn't work out because your brother does not like a breach.
Nobody likes a breach.
I don't like a breach. I don't like to be in the bathroom and go,
hell no.
No.
Yeah.
You don't want to know what that feels like.
No.
That is not something you want to know.
Which is why I love the way Concrete Mike put it. Get in touch with your inner self.
You're right, exactly. Now, for a while, we bought a certain kind of toilet paper because the roll was giant. And you felt like, I'm getting it. But it's the kind with that lotion in it.
Oh.
I have to tell you, I don't care for that because you don't know when you're clean.
Yeah, no.
Because it's at that slide, right? My wife now bought this toilet paper. It's got like waves in it, like it's got ridges, like waves, right? And the rolls are smaller because our house is old. We bought an old house built in the 50s, and the little built-ins where you put your toilet paper can't handle these big 2024 rolls.
Right.
It likes the 1956 rolls.
Right.
And my wife found the smaller rolls. Let me tell you, this is the best toilet paper I've ever owned in my life. It's like 4 sheets does the trick. Back in the day, I used to have wrapped my hand like the mummy.
Do you know what brand it is? Is it Cottonelle? Because it sounds a little bit like Cottonelle's design.
I think it is Cottonelle.
I think it sounds like a Cottonelle
You still got
design.
the bidet going, right?
Oh, yeah, doing the bidet.
All right.
Yeah, for sure, doing the bidet.
That cuts down on your toilet paper use dramatically.
It does a lot, but then you have to get dried off because it's an odd feeling to put your dros back up. With some drippies happening. That's no good. You don't want the drippies. That's bad news. And the other thing that this guy said, or that Concrete Mike said, he said the weed thing.
Tires.
Can't begin to tell you enough how important good tires are, especially in the state of Florida.
But here's the deal. I don't think they make cheap tires anymore. They don't seem cheap.
Right. Yeah, can you even find what would tires cost for your car? Like a couple $100 a piece?
I'm guessing. I just know what used to be $600 to $700 to get a set of 4 tires is now at least $1,000.
Yeah, my tires for my pickup truck would be well over. That'd be $300 a piece. So with mounting and all the fees, it's anywhere from $1,250 to $1,500 for my little pickup truck.
Well, the way that I drive, I got to go with the Yokohamas.
Yeah, you got to go with the Yokes.
You got to go with something that can keep me on the road.
Yeah, you got to get good tires though.
Yeah.
That's right. And
shoes.
Good shoes.
Shoes is an important one.
Because when I was younger, I would skip on shoes.
No.
Well, when you're younger, and your feet can handle it, you wear a pair of heels that are like $40 instead of $150. But no, there comes a point when your body's like, all right, bitch, we've had enough of that.
Now, I would think that women actually run into this more than men.
No.
No. I think that women probably choose things not to skip on, and I think they actually have to make more decisions because, you guys have makeup, you have hair care products you have to worry about, skin care products that most guys don't care about. So that entire suite of goods, I'm sure, especially with the makeup because of allergy stuff, right?
Well, it's not just the allergy stuff. It's just the smell of it, the way it glides on your skin, the way it makes you look. Again, you can get away with certain things, skimping on certain things when you're at certain phases in your life, and then you just get to some places where it's like, nah, you can't.
And guys, let me tell you, again, it's not like ladies didn't get screwed enough in the whole equality world.
Don't say screwed.
Let me tell you, walk your happy ass into a MAC Cosmetics counter and watch me spend $400 and carry it out in one hand.
Oh.
And without a bag. Like, put it in my palm. There's that thing, those 2 pins, this eyebrow thing. I'll wrap my hand around it. That's $300. It is so effing expensive for that stuff.
Yeah.
Texter just texted and said they just got a deal on tires. They ordered them on, Amazon, right? And regardless of the brand, but other people suggested this to save on tires, that you buy the tires, you get them, and then you have someone else put them on. Will places do that?
Yeah, they will. They will put them on, but I don't know if they like to do that or not.
I can imagine not. Because
in other words, buying them from like Walmart and taking them to Firestone.
It's like buying the carburetor and then bringing it to your mechanic. Said, "Here, I bought this. Can you put it on?"
Right.
It's like if you're buying the parts, because part of their deal is
they mark up the parts.
They mark up the part.
Right.
I assume the same is for tires.
Man, what? That's a great question. I don't know if they would do. Here's the thing. I would guess they probably wouldn't. Here's why. If they mount that tire and then something goes wrong, it blows out. You theoretically you could go back to them and say, "Well, you mounted it wrong or whatever," and they're like, "Hey, this is not even my tire. I was doing you a favor." I would think they would not want to deal with that. I don't know though.
Yeah. Oh, this last text is they must have been following me this weekend. Don't skimp on good paint for your house.
Oh yeah, that's another one.
I went to Home Depot on Sunday and I was looking at paint for my house. Well, Home Depot, I know you're married. It's either Glidden or Bear.
Right.
Now, I asked the guy behind the counter, I go, Glidden, but Bear, that's the number one paint company. But I know Sherwin-Williams is like...
Ace carries Sherwin.
Sherwin, they do?
Ace carries Sherwin, and they carry a brand that Sherwin makes, I think, specifically for Ace. And I shouldn't say specifically, it's branded as if it's an in-house product but it clearly is a Sherwin product.
Yeah.
That's all we use. We have an account with Sherwin-Williams. Not even as a professional, but just because we buy a lot of paint when we do these houses, we go in and buy paint. And it's expensive. It's good paint's anywhere like $65 a gallon.
Did they give you a punch card so your sixth house is free?
They should. Trust me when I tell you, they should. I buy paint at contractor level sometimes.
I used to, back in the day, this is 20 years ago, I would wait for Memorial Day or Labor Day because Home Depot would have a $5 coupon on Bear paint. So you get a gallon of paint, you get a $5 coupon. I would wait to buy my paint on those two holidays. That was when it was $20, $25 a gallon. So the cheapest I can get in for the lifetime warranty Bear is $51 a gallon, and it goes up to over $75 a gallon.
Yeah. How many gallons do you think it's going to take to paint your house?
That's a great question.
Yeah, I buy 5 gallons instead of buy the gallon. You'll get a better deal as well.
Yeah, but the
5-gallon bucket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do that for the back. Like 3 walls are one color, then the front is another color.
Really? Look at you, fancy boy.
Well,
what are you doing?
It's the way it is now. I'm just
look at Jack. Jack's in a 2-plane house.
Two-tone. Yeah.
Two-tone house.
I'm reapplying the same color because I think it's easier.
It's the same house, Jimmy. It's the same house.
That's a good
He's
point.
He's painting it because it's the same house.
That's where he
You've
loses,
got an
Deb.
ice cream punch card because you're on your 6th house. The show's been on the air for 5 years.
That's untrue.
It is
Take
not
that back.
untrue. It will be 6 years in November. You're right. So it's a year a house.
Hold on.
A house a year.
Where was I living when we started this thing in
You
Baltimore?
were No, you were living in the lake house.
Later this month, it's 25 years since I closed on this house.
Wow.
I don't think Jimmy's ever lived anywhere for 25
No,
years.
I haven't lived anywhere for like 7.
Or even 3.
I literally have not lived in the same house for 7 years. No, wait a minute.
As a kid.
The lake house, we lived there for the longest period of time because that's the house we were in when the kids got out of high school. When they left, we stopped caring about anything.
That was the best one.
That was the best
that was a
one.
good house, yeah.
That
You
was
haven't seen this
before
thing.
Baldwin.
You haven't seen this thing, though. This
And
thing
then
I'm in now is crazy.
Baldwin was before Geneva, and then Geneva was before here.
I'm
and
so
then
glad to be out of the Geneva neighborhood at all. I'm still a member of their Facebook page. Every time I look at it, it's like more drama. I'm like, oh, God. Ain't no drama where I am. All right, 407-916-1041. What we're
Just
talking
wait.
about, by the way, we would love to hear your calls. This is the time we would do it. You can do this during the break, and we'll take them next break. But it's, what in your life don't you skimp on? I was reading a piece this morning, and it was something about people budgeting money. But one of the things the person who said, oddly enough, as Scott comes up here in a few minutes, he said is, to get past the idea of cram saving, there are certain things they don't skimp on, so they don't seem like they're really sacrificing. For me, it's like, sheets, coffee, stuff like that. I like that good stuff. It makes me happier. It makes me more productive. And I wondered what it was for everybody out there. So what don't you skimp on? 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Back in a sec.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Traffic remains stop and go on I-4 this afternoon in the Orlando area between the Greenway exit and the 429 and between Sand Lake and Central Florida Parkway. Still seeing accident activity northbound on 436, now blocking 2 left lanes between Lee Vista Boulevard and Hoffner Avenue. If you see traffic problems, just make sure you're calling the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. With Staples Hot Deals, you'll find super low prices on hundreds of items for back to school. Right now, 24-pack Crayola crayons and comp books are just 50 cents each at Staples. Plus, save even more with the Easy Rewards program. In-store only offer NC24, limit 20. Save big on back to school at Staples.
Hey, get pre-approved now so you can host the party this summer at your new pool home. You know that mortgage guy Don offers HELOCs, home equity, lines of credit, and second mortgages to cash out equity without touching your first mortgage so you can get that pool project underway or that really cool backyard you can't wait to entertain in. And it's so easy to apply now. ThatMortgageGuyDon.com. Let Don and his team send you a quote, and if you already have a quote on a refinance, purchase, or HELOC, let Don review your quote today. It's peace of mind at your fingertips, so don't miss the boat. Compare your quote at ThatMortgageGuyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with ThatMortgageGuyDon.com.
Prepare yourself, Mount Dora, for a real radio takeover. And join us for Central Florida's best July 3rd fireworks display at Freedom on the waterfront. The Monsters in the Morning, the News Junkie, and the Jim Colbert Show will be broadcasting live from 3 different locations in the city of Mount Dora. Catch the Monsters broadcasting at Pisces Rising, courtesy of the United States Marines. The News Junkie will be live from Whiskey Kitchen, and then the Jim Colbert Show will be at Elizabeth Evans Park, courtesy of E-Pass. Join us that night at Elizabeth Evans Park with host John Brown from Fox 35 News, and groove to the legendary sounds of All for One and the reggae rhythms of Inner Circle live on stage. Then the evening culminates with Central Florida's biggest and best fireworks display. Freedom on the Waterfront is free and presented by the City of Mount Dora and Real Radio 104.1. Join us Wednesday, July 3rd for a Real Radio takeover of Mount Dora. Get details at realradio.fm/freedom.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Last year, over 3 million people called Morgan & Morgan in their time of need. And with over 1 million of those calls coming from previous clients, friends, and family.
My name is Rita Fowler. I was in the car actually relaxing. I was talking to my sister, and all of a sudden, boom, the car hit us. I wound up actually having a stroke. And that's when I decided to call Morgan & Morgan. The whole operation, everything they did from day one, it was self-explanatory. It was text messages. It was emails. It was a no-brainer. When you think that hiring a lawyer is hard, you haven't called Morgan & Morgan.
Thank you for trusting us. We've become the largest injury firm in the world because we've won a lot. The word is out. Size matters. Reputation matters. We're America's largest injury law firm for a reason. With over 900 dedicated attorneys and climbing, we're ready wherever you are, whatever you need. The choice is easy. We're just a phone call away. Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Create the perfect backyard this summer with Tools Ace Hardware. Tools Ace Hardware carries the best brands in outdoor cooking like Big Green Egg, Weber, Napoleon, Uni, Gosney, Rectech, and more. Tools also carries Polywood outdoor furniture made from durable recycled plastic that will last for years and won't fade. Tools has Adirondack chairs, rocking chairs, seating, and dining sets in stock and can special order any item quickly. Get free assembly and local delivery on any grill or patio furniture purchase $3.99 and up. Tools Ace has 13 convenient locations in Central Florida, or you can shop online at acehardware.com for free in-store pickup or delivery. It's Tools Ace, the backyard place.
I'm Rebecca. I was injured in a car accident and hired one of the big TV law firms. They sent me to an injury clinic that I felt just wanted to make money off me. I needed an attorney and doctors who cared about me. I called attorney Glenn Klausman, and he helped me get the best doctors who really helped me. I was extremely pleased with my settlement. He also got me $10,000 for vet bills for my dog that was injured in the accident, and he did that for free. Call attorney Glenn Klausman at 407-917-1718. That's 407-917-1718. Glenn Klausman, Office, Winter Park.
What sets International Diamond Center apart from those big box jewelry chain stores?
The problem with big chain stores is that they're all run by corporate.
IDC owner Keith LeClaire.
That means the people at the store level just plain don't care much.
At IDC, you're not dealing with a bunch of retail clerks. You're working with a true jewelry professional who's not on commission and not beholden to a bunch of corporate dictated rules and policies.
When you're in the big corporate world, everybody operates out of a manual or a big book of rules. At IDC, we don't have a manual telling our people how to deal with customers. We empower our people to take care of those customers in the way they would want to be taken care of.
Get the respect, guidance, professionalism, and genuine care you deserve from people who put you first.
We tell them point blank, do whatever it takes to make the customer happy, period.
International Diamond Center, locally owned, internationally connected.
We want them to take care of you, protect you, and make it the best experience that you could possibly have.
International Diamond Center, 4 Orlando locations and always at shopidc.com.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In Office Orlando.
New South Window Solutions. Made in Florida for Florida homes by Florida workers. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman & Lind Studios. Why Kaufman & Lind? Because you deserve better. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station, the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics. Radio now comes with moving pictures. The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube. Subscribe and watch.
Jack, please stop trying to save money by using Behr. Go Sherwin-Williams Emerald Exterior.
Yes.
It's the best, and you won't paint it nearly as often. Trust me, we know.
Hey, what up, guys? It's Sport from Duval.
Duval?
I got one of the dumbest friends in the world. This buddy of mine. This guy's a real class act, man. He guess what he's doing this week? He's gonna go out of town. He's gonna travel out of town this week. And what makes it even worse, this idiot is gonna fly. This guy, my buddy, is a real idiot. Later.
Not cool, Duval. Not cool.
Duval? Come on.
All right, 407-916-1041. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show. I am the Jim part. That's the Deb part.
Hello.
Jack part is traveling this week. Dum 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 dum.
Not only that, I'm doing it at a really good time, like middle of the night.
Yeah. How many people at this family reunion thing of yours?
23.
Oh, really?
Yeah. All my sisters, their families.
Any cousins? I mean, well, obviously
Yeah.
their kids and stuff. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, no,
How many is 23? For a family that
that's
big,
just
is that
the
much?
immediate family.
Okay, yeah.
Of
So
the-
is it you and your wife, and then you have 7 sisters?
Six.
Thank you, Deb.
You're
Yeah,
welcome.
6 sisters, and
Things are
they're
bad.
and they're all married with children as well.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Who has? I mean, is there anybody that has a family as big as yours that you came up in? Because for people who don't know, Jack grew up with
7 kids. I have 6 sisters, 5 older, 1 younger.
Because his mom and dad didn't want them to think they were just trying for the boy, so they had another girl.
Correct. Good Catholics.
Yeah.
That's how it happens.
right.
That old
exactly.
rhythm method, right?
Yeah.
And my aunt, my mom's sister, they had 8 kids.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Good Catholics.
Oh.
And there's only going to be 23 of them there.
Well, they're not coming. This is more just this side of the family. It's my sisters and those kids and their kids.
Got it. Yeah. Those kids.
Isn't it weird, though? I was wondering, at this time in life now, when you go to these family reunions where you don't have little kids running around anymore, they're all grown.
Yeah, that's weird. I mean, how about this? When when Code Black's son, who I used to throw overhand in a pool 25 feet because as a 7-year-old, he weighed like 35 pounds, is now married with a child.
See? So when you go to these family reunions, the picnics, the, inner tube and the water, the swing.
Yeah, but now they're grandkids.
Let me hit you with this.
Yeah.
My oldest daughter, turns 30 this weekend.
Wow.
Let me repeat that. My oldest daughter turns 30 years old this weekend.
Well, our hearing is fine, but I understand at your age it could be starting to go a little.
At least you don't have gray hair.
Oh, yes.
Wait, do you?
30 years old. She hit me with it the other day. She goes, this is my 30th birthday, right? And I said, you can leave now. You can go ahead and take off now. Take you and your birthday and take off. And don't remind me anymore of that. From now on, you're just perpetually 23. Yeah, that's one of those things that's obviously kind of weird, yeah.
A positive of being bald. No one sees your gray hair.
Why do you keep talking about my hair or lack thereof?
Because he wants to run his finger.
His finger? One finger? That's odd. If you're going to run him.
Come here.
I didn't say where he wanted to put it.
Hey, baby, can I run my finger through your hair?
I'll show you a breach.
That's not sexy. That's the strangest thing ever. What a request. Hey, baby, how you doing? Good to see you. Can I run my finger through your hair? A single finger? It's not weird at all. What are you talking about? Okay, we'll get out of the dressing room. All right, So tomorrow we're going to be in downtown Mount Dora. It's going to be a good time. Obviously, you guys just heard Craig LaFleur. We're going to have a $100 gift card per show. The Monsters will have one. Yep. News Junkie will have one. We will have one as well. Plus, at the Real Radio table tent / thing, we're all set up where you can get cool stuff. We're also going to have some coupons from PyroSpot there as well. And I hope people are coming out. I'm really looking forward to it. My whole fam, I just got my wife just said, hey, we got some more people want to come. So, how big is VIP? I'm like, well, we're going to stretch it out because we have a good time. I love doing these events. It's a lot of fun. Yeah. I actually don't mind broadcasting out and around. It's just sometimes technically it can be difficult to get a good quality product on the air, and that's my number one concern. So we want to make sure the show sounds good, and that's all covered tomorrow, Jackson?
Absolutely.
I don't believe it.
Neither do I.
Okay, you don't sound super confident.
Let's just roll the dice and see what happens.
Have we done all the tests?
Okay. Lines have been tested.
Yeah.
The equipment works.
Yeah.
We have staff on hand, and then there are the uncontrollables.
Okay, those are the people, like Stage Safe Steve and
the weather.
People,
the
weather more. Internet. I mean, right now internet's good, but you never know.
Sure.
Power.
Yeah.
I'll check with the guy who's planning this event if I get to see him sometime before Sunday.
On the skimping thing, somebody sent something else in. They said, I don't skimp on gas. I buy good quality gas. I buy premium gas every time. I do not do that. I cannot even remember the last time I put premium gas in anything that I drive. Never, ever, ever.
If you have a car that says you have to have premium gas, then you overspend on your car.
Right, it's not a problem for you already. Yeah. And somebody else said, too, and I agree with this. Somebody said good hot dogs. That they will go to the store and they will go to a store that has Nathan because that's the only hot dog they'll eat is Nathan hot dog.
Now, if I'm eating it at home or in a restaurant, absolutely, without a doubt, has to be a Nathan's hot dog. However, if I am walking the streets of New York City, I will get a dirty water dog as I love those dirty water dogs.
And if you haven't tried Hebrew National dogs.
Ooh, that's another good
Hebrew National, damn good hot dog.
Got to be a kosher dog.
They say that is a food item that you could probably go the rest of your life without because of what's in them, hot dogs.
Yeah.
You don't want to know.
But yesterday I heard something, and I'd like more information on it. It was on this show. I caught a couple minutes where you were saying the number one processed food to avoid.
Oh, yeah.
And this is something that is kind of a staple in my house.
Yes.
Really?
Especially more by others. I used to consume more of this when I drank at Morris, but less. But I had a can today, and as I was drinking it, I'm like, it's not even that good.
Yeah.
Why am I drinking this? I know it's bad. And you're talking about diet soda.
Yeah, diet sodas. On that study we talked about yesterday when they talked about the ultra processed foods that people intake and how much it takes off your life. 10% of your life if you eat this if you eat it regularly, it's part of your regular diet. And the number one thing was diet sodas. And I think just simply because of the volume and because of their artificial sweetener, which is aspartame.
Yeah.
Which is not really good for you.
Do you remember where you saw this article? Because I need to present proof because my wife loves diet soda, but also she got a cholesterol. Oh, here's a HIPAA violation. I'm going to tell you. It was like one number too high, and then she immediately corrected and made every meal Cheerios after that.
Oh, because heart healthy. Yeah, you're right.
So it's like She did this correction like you wouldn't believe. I wouldn't be surprised if her cholesterol is cut in half the next time she gets it checked.
Yeah.
But considering how much diet soda is, like, whoa,
Yeah, there was a CNN
they get
story.
You coming and going.
A CNN health story. You can actually see it. I will give you the link. I still have it. But the other thing, too, is any processed meat, beef jerky. And the funny thing is, I was just telling Deb during the break this past week, and we had some family and stuff coming over as we were kind of, tooling around the house. And the easiest, cheapest thing we could get to feed everybody quickly, because we didn't want to wait for food, was sandwiches.
Yeah.
So I went to Publix and I got a bunch of lunch meat and some sub rolls. We come home and knocked it out. I read that thing today. And they said, "Oh, by the way, don't eat deli meat." Oh. Yeah, processed meat, it takes a lot of sodium to keep that shelf life high. So even though it's the best quality, it doesn't really matter. They all process it the same way. There may be fewer. You may use a higher quality of beef or turkey or ham, but in reality, it's still all processed the same way.
And all of those foods you just mentioned are those cured meats.
Yeah.
Anyone who gets migraines knows to stay away from anything with nitrates. So any cured
And that
meats.
would be hot dogs as well,
Hot
right?
dogs, beef jerky, any of that cured meats, you'd absolutely stay away from because of the nitrates.
And the triglycerides, right? And all the salt and sodium and everything.
I want to live healthy most of the time, so when I do break bad, I can have the Italian sub.
Yeah.
Then I go back to my Whole Foods plant-based diet.
Right, exactly. For me, like this weekend, I will wreck a chili hot dog. No question, I'm going to wreck a chili cheese hot dog. My son loves them. I love them. My wife loves them. I'll get the potato rolls. We'll do the good chili. We'll do the good cheese. We'll get the snappy hot dogs, and we will wreck those. And this will be the only hot dog I eat the entire year. I will not eat another hot dog other than 4th of July.
Friday night, I'm having Jersey pizza, and I am so happy.
Are you really? Look at you, son of a bitch.
He's already planning what he's eating on a Tuesday.
Yeah, I'm with him, dude. I'm with him.
Yeah.
You know, we're taking a trip, and the first thing I do is I go and I find the restaurants and pick out the ones that are good. And I have to find the ones with my wife because she likes the dessert menu. So I have to find a good thing. And a lot of people don't put their dessert menu up because they're seasonal. You know, whether fruits or whatever the case may be in season.
Right.
But I do that, yeah. I like that. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Take a little break. Come back and see our buddy Scott Brown from Edgewater Family Wealth to talk about making you rich. Or, getting you close.
Real Radio is the news junkie.
A man was detained by sheriff's officials and cited after he jumped into an elephant exhibit at the Milwaukee County Zoo, they said.
Do you think the elephants looked at each other and they're like, so are we going to talk about the person in the room?
The news junkie. Weekdays at 11 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Looking at heavy traffic this afternoon for drivers taking I-4 east and westbound in the Orlando area today. Things are especially heavy for those traveling between Sand Lake and Central Florida Parkway and between US 27 and the 429. Looking at a good ride for the most part for those taking the Beach Line and the Greenway. If you see traffic problems, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Celebrate July 4th with savings at Lowe's. Right now, make your garden pop for summer with savings on Miracle Grow 25-quart potting mix. Get 2 bags for just $16. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii while supplies last.
Jim Colbert Show question of the day brought to you by WeAreNotTheBanks.com. They're not the banks. They're better. That's Brad Siebert and the team at We Are Not the Banks, direct mortgage lenders. This is what they do. Why banks do a lot of different stuff. A direct mortgage lender focuses on mortgages and getting you the mortgage at the best rate for your next home. Like Jimmy. I mean, the guy goes through a home every other month. Or let's say you have a home for a long time and you want to keep it, but you want to maybe take advantage of some of the equity you've built up over the years. Well, that is when you can do a refi, and maybe that would be the right move for you. The person who knows and can answer your questions about it, Brad Siebert, you connect with him at WeAreNotTheBanks.com. For all your mortgage needs, it's who I did my refi with several years ago, getting close to having that baby paid off, and I cannot wait. Again, for all your mortgage needs, the website is WeAreNotTheBanks.com. Get started today. NMLS ID number 66247, Equal Housing Opportunity.
Cento Family Moving and Storage is Central Florida's trusted source for local and long-distance moving. From packing to delivery, Cento Moving is fully licensed and insured to provide you a seamless moving experience so you can enjoy your new home in no time. Get a quote today at CentoMoving.com. Forget the stress, move with the best.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
Coming back to Las Vegas, September 20th and 21st, streaming live only on Hulu.
A weekend full of superstar performances.
Tickets are on sale now at AXS.com.
Hey, pool season fanatics, your summer persona is calling. It's time for sun-soaked party scenes at MGM Grand, new luxury cabanas at Bellagio, and sandy beach living at Mandalay Bay. Show off your poolside, only with MGM Rewards. Visit MGMRewards.com for details.
Did your mobile provider just increase their prices again? Switch to Spectrum Mobile, the nation's fastest growing mobile provider. With Spectrum Mobile, you get unlimited talk, text, and data, plus nationwide 5G. Switching to Spectrum Mobile has never been easier. We'll pay off your phone balance up to $2,500. Stop dealing with price hikes from your cell phone company. Get Spectrum Mobile. Visit spectrum.com/itpays-to-switch for full details. Offer subject to change. Service not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
This July, celebrate America's independence with a fresh view from Renewal by Andersen. Hi, this is Chelsea. Right now, buy any 4 windows or patio doors and get the 5th free. Plus, enjoy 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 18 months. Our custom-built, energy-efficient windows and doors will enhance the beauty and value of your home. Visit rbafla.com to schedule your complimentary design consultation. Renewal by Andersen, official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Restrictions apply. License number CGC 1527613. Visit rbafla.com for details.
2 guys, 5 rings.
Yes.
One essential podcast for the 2024 Paris Olympics. Bowen Yang and Matt Rogers host a new podcast that's all about the athletes.
You gotta get your head in the game, as Zac Efron once said.
And the culture.
Not French.
Well,
no association with the nation of France. But you did live in Montreal.
Of the 2024 Paris Olympics. Listen to 2 Guys, 5 Rings on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app, search 2 Guys, 5 Rings, and start listening.
Hey Orlando, get ready for your real estate journey with Nickli's Believe It or Not. Did you know the Nickl Group sells the most homes in Central Florida? They actually sell one every 9.7 hours. The Nickl Group sells homes twice as fast and for 6% more on average. Yeah, that's approximately $25,000 more for your home. Why? Because the Nickl Group with Keller Williams Realty does real estate differently. Don't believe me? Google them. They have over 3,000 5-star reviews. Get your own dedicated team of local experts and experience the difference. For a guaranteed cash offer on your home today, call the Nickl Group. Visit thenicklgroup.com.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment changeouts and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Hi, this is Earl Ron. New South makes windows that are both energy efficient and hurricane resistant. New South is the factory and eliminates the middleman. New South windows are made in Florida for Florida homes by Florida workers because we know Florida weather.
For every 2 windows you buy, get the 3rd free. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
When you buy a diamond at International Diamond Center, you can bring it back a year from now, trade it up to a bigger one, and get 110% of your original purchase price toward the new diamond.
You pay me $10,000 for my diamond. When you come back and you want to trade it up, you're going to get that $10,000. Plus, we're going to give you a bonus of $1,000.
IDC owner Keith LeClaire talking about IDC's industry-leading diamond trade-up policy.
So you're getting 110% on what you paid for that diamond. Who else does this? I'm going to pay you more for that diamond than you paid me in the beginning.
The 110% upgrade is just another thing that separates IDC from the rest. We stand behind what we sell.
We know what we're selling, we believe in what we're selling, and we know the inherent value of that diamond.
At IDC, your trust means everything.
We want you to feel that you can buy with confidence.
International Diamond Center. Highest quality, insane selection, guaranteed best value, full transparency, and the strongest consumer protection warranties in the industry.
Our job is to keep you as a customer.
International Diamond Center. 4 Orlando locations.
iHeartRadio is the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics. It's the only way to listen to exclusive NBC play-by-play action of Team USA, plus NBC's top Olympic moments, original Summer Games podcasts, and live hourly updates from the games in Paris on the iHeart app and right here on this station. Be sure you have the free iHeart app, the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics.
iHeartRadio. At Fence Outlet, we're proud to be Central Florida's top fencing contractor, and we're celebrating 30 years of framing your family memories. Here's to many more years with you at the center. Thanks for 30 great years. Visit us online at fenceoutlet.com.
Florida residents get in for only $17.50 till the end of July at Gatorland.
The Jim Colbert Show, streaming live on YouTube. Watch us talk.
Hey guys, Hee-Haw here. I have 7 brothers and sisters, 5 sisters, 2 brothers, and there's no doubt about who the dad is. We all look the same, and he traveled a lot, but when he came home, he used to throw a handful of coins in the yard, say, go find it, and lock the door. Anyway, Hee-Haw, you guys have a good one.
I wonder why.
Hey guys, happy day. I'd like to second the don't buy cheap tires.
when we bought our travel trailer, they warned us the tires that they put onto the manufacturer are kind of crap. They actually call them China bombs. And sure enough, within the first trip or two, we blew 3 of the 4 tires.
Whoa.
Upgraded to heavy duty. They're almost like tractor trailer tires, and they hold like 110 PSI as opposed to the 70 or 80 that they came with. And I don't have to worry about my tires exploding, so that's nice.
As far as skimping on things, don't skimp on tattoos. I knew an artist, and a lot of his business was covering up people's tattoos who got them either for free or real cheap. So don't skimp on those tattoos. I find also the more you pay, the better they are.
Hey Jimmy, happy holidays, man. I was just talking about make sure and put your placements really flat, because I got one of the kegs you're talking about, whistling minis. Sure as crap, I knocked the thing over, and I had a crowd of like 35 or 40 people in the backyard. Whistle pop, nobody got pegged, but we got lucky. So just make sure and put it off.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb is here along with Jack. Waiting on Scott Brown to hop on the line. We'll get him in here in a second.
He's just too busy spending money, living his best life.
Right, living his best life for sure. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us again. That's 77031. What these guys are talking about is the skimping thing. I saw a story this weekend or this morning, and it was talking about how someone sacrifices so that they can not skimp on something else in their life that they really enjoy. And, I had one that is kind of way out of the way because not a lot of people deal with this, but you are an artist. My daughter, I have a daughter that's an artist, and she would tell me she doesn't really buy, would not buy cheap drawing pencils or cheap paint. She always bought good pigments.
Or cheap brushes.
Any of that stuff she would buy.
It makes a huge difference.
Yeah,
really in anything that you do, right?
Yeah, a total massive difference. It made every different, the colors are more vibrant. She's able to predict what they're going to do better.
Well, as a foodie, as someone who enjoys cooking, I would imagine that you would not skimp on a good chef's knife.
Yeah, I don't skip on knives or pans because it can affect exactly what you're making, or proteins for that matter. I buy good stuff because I like to eat, but I will buy cheap stuff elsewhere. Like I don't buy good clothes.
Right.
I have a nice car or anything like that. I just like those other things in my life. All right, guys. Every single Tuesday around 5:20, we invite this gentleman to come in. Let's do It's Only Money.
Helping people passionate about planning for their future rise above investment myths to build real wealth.
Isn't that really just common sense financial advice?
It's both.
Oh, okay.
It's Only Money with Scott Brown from Edgewater Family Wealth.
You guys give it up good and loud for Scott Brown.
Yay! Woohoo!
Big dog, what's up?
I was a little frantic just now because I didn't think I got into the right waiting room for Jack, and I've been working for the last hour on my Traeger grill.
Oh yeah,
so
baby.
I don't know. I'm trying to get brisket ready, Jim. Trying to get brisket ready.
Well, you're starting the right time to get one of those ready because it takes about 18 hours to make it correct.
I'm committed to the program now.
It's a lot. Do you have butcher paper? Are you doing the whole thing?
Butcher paper? I don't even know what that is.
Oh, come on. So look, when you're making brisket, you smoke it for a while, you take it out, you put it in butcher paper, you take that fat that you have, and you literally soak that paper with the fat. Then you put it back in the smoker for its finishing. Then when the brisket comes off the grill, it has to go into a cooler to rest for like an hour and a half to 3 hours before you cut it.
Well, I see. I'm just learning this stuff. I'm graduating from Steakums at this point.
Yay!
That's a big jump.
I love Steakums.
That's a big jump. You know what? It's funny. It's funny you mentioned that grill because Tools Ace Hardware, one of my clients, they sell Traegers, and there was a story out. There's a story out right now about grilling and Americans grilling. Now, let me ask you a question. Do you think more Americans grill right now, or fewer Americans grill right now?
As compared to like decades ago or something?
Just over the last few years.
Yeah. I feel like in my world, I hear people talk about it a lot, so I'm going to say more.
Yeah, it's actually trending down.
Really?
Now, oddly enough. Now, I have a theory for this, by the way, and actually what you just said is one of the theories. when you buy a good grill, whether it be a Traeger, a Napoleon, or a Big Green Egg, or any of the ones they sell over there, even the high-level Weber series, they last a long time. Yeah. It's not like these grills you buy at the big box stores that you pay $199 for, and they fall apart in the first year. When you buy one of these good quality grills, you spend a little money, Traeger one of those, they're going to last you a while.
So you're saying that they're not purchasing as many grills, and that's how they're coming to this conclusion?
Yeah, that's exactly it. They said that the grill sales in America have dropped over the last 3 years, and they're trying to figure out why. And I was like, I know why. Because people are buying better grills, and they did that during COVID. When COVID hit, they upgraded their grill because they're not going out anywhere. They got to cook home, can't go to restaurants. So they wanted to kind of master that. So everybody went out. There was a glut of high-level grill sales, and now they're kind of experiencing that lull after the fact.
Kind of like bread making.
Yes, exactly.
So I had my last Traeger, and I promise we'll talk about money at some point.
Okay.
But I had my last grill, my last Traeger for 13 years. So, I mean, maybe people are just buying quality, like you said, to your theory. I think that's a good theory.
And when you talk about Big Green Egg, that's a lifetime product. I mean, it is a lifetime warranty product. You only have to replace the insides. And can I tell you, I've had mine for 10 years, not even close to having to replace anything on my grill.
And being the guy who buys the cheaper one, the bottom rusts out, it gets all corroded, and every few years you need to get another one.
Or your burner rusts through because of this the environment here in Florida with the humidity and the heat. All kinds of stuff. Speaking of heat,
this is all important economic information for us to consider.
It is.
Well, because you don't want to have to double buy a grill. That's a wasting of money.
Sure is.
That's right.
Not a wise expenditure.
No, not at all.
There you go.
How's your week been, bud?
It's been fantastic. I'm kind of taking in the markets, and the markets are trying to figure out what the politics mean, and I'm trying to figure out what the politics mean, and the politicians are trying to figure out what the politics mean.
It is interesting. I did read a piece today, and actually I planned on shooting you a text privately, but I'll do it now because I did not have time this morning, saying that a lot of the forecasters, and we've talked about this before, analysts and forecasters are predicting that at the end of this year, maybe the beginning of next year, that we could see a bit of a downturn and the market could see a bit of a lull. Have you noticed any of that? Have you read any of that stuff?
I've been, as you've said many times, I've been doing this for 37 years, and predicting good news, nobody cares, right? I mean, if you say, hey, man, things are going, if the people came on CNBC today in $3,000 suits and they're like, economy's going pretty good, it's a little up and down, but overall things look pretty good, and it looks pretty promising for the next 2, 3, 5, 7, 10 years, nobody would pay attention. Right? So what people are in the habit of doing to make themselves look smart is to say something bad is going to happen. Now, you could come up with a myriad of reasons. You could say, well, unemployment could jump, interest rates, maybe the Fed won't lower, which I think is nonsense. I think the Fed will eventually lower, probably by the end of this year. And if you believe unemployment's going to go up a little bit, maybe inflation starts to get under control, and we've seen inflation backing away a little bit. Maybe not in some key areas that people are upset about, but certainly overall inflation is coming down. That'll give the Fed cover to lower interest rates. If the Fed lowers interest rates, I promise you this, the stock market's going to have a party, right?
Oh, yeah,
if the Fed lowers interest rates, and on the other side of the equation, the bond market is probably going to have a party in a different bedroom, because it's all going to be happiness, at least for a little while. Now, you could argue that we may end up in a recession at some point, which is, I believe economists have predicted 10 of the last 5 recessions, as the joke goes.
Yeah.
But eventually, every 3 to 5 years, capitalism is messy. It's very effective, but it's a messy business. We are going to have a recession. I just don't know when. And for anybody to sit around and say, well, next year is going to be a bad year for this reason. 10 years ago, I remember after 2008, a lot of really supposedly smart people said, well, you might as well just get used to low returns because this is the end of it. After the Great Recession, they said, look, you should expect 4 or 5% a year out of the S&P 500. How stupid does that sound right now?
Yeah, it sounds pretty dumb.
Yeah. So people are in the habit of when things are, people feel smart when they predict gloom, right? If you just walk into the room and go, hey, everything's going great, Jim, nobody cares.
Right.
If you say, hey, man, listen, I got to tell you this thing. Come over here. Let me whisper in your ear.
Yeah, inside
I can tell you
tip.
this bad stuff's fixing to happen, right? Then everybody's all ears. That's just the way the game is played.
And it's funny because the very first thing you wanted to talk about today is why optimism is a problem for Americans. This kind of ties into it, kind of always looking for the bad news rather than looking for the good news. Is that kind of what we're talking about, or is there a different angle there altogether?
There's a different angle, and I'm going to contradict myself a little bit here, but as Americans, we always think we're going to win. Right?
Yeah.
It's just we get up in the morning and we're like, I don't care what the odds are. I've seen Rocky. I've seen all the John Wayne movies. I know how this ends for me. I haven't been saving. I haven't been responsible. I've been spending more money than I should. But I am an American. So even though I'm 58 and I got $800 saved for retirement, I know this is going to end well because I've seen Rocky.
Somebody's going to come through for me.
I know there's a hero out there for me.
Yeah.
And if we get back to politics without getting into individual politicians or anything, people believe that politician, whatever team you're on, if you're on the red team or you're on the blue team or some other team that I never heard of, they believe that person is the person that's going to be their John Wayne or their Rocky Balboa. And I think as Americans, we've been trained to know or to think, no matter how dumb we are, no matter how irresponsible we are, things are going to work out. Winston Churchill is credited with this quote, which I love. I don't know if he actually said it or not, but he's credited with saying that Americans always do the right thing after they try everything else first. So, I don't know if he said that, but it seems to be, I feel like a lot of people are trying. They've heard about the saving, they've heard about the discipline, but by God, I'm a red-blooded American. I'll figure this out in the ninth inning. I'm not worried about it.
I deserve to be successful.
That's right. That's right, by golly.
And the other thing
appropriate here on the 4th of July, I think.
Yeah. And the other thing was you said that almost 60% of advisors have been told something by a client that nobody else knows. Now, is that like one of these little secrets? Like, hey, don't tell anybody, but I've been stashing, $10K away a year in this one account and blah, 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 blah. Or is hey, I've been paying the right taxes? Or is that what you're talking about?
All of the above. So, it's funny. People have said to me several times a year, somebody will say to me, look, Scott, you're the only person I've told this to. And sometimes it's a health thing. Like maybe it's the patriarch of the family or the matriarch of the family. And she says, hey, look, my grown kids don't know this, but I'm really sick. Right. And I need to talk to you about what to do or how to prepare for that. And that's a very humbling moment for me because I often think to myself, and you're telling me?
Yeah.
But the reality is a lot of these people, I literally had a call this morning with a client of mine who moved to Alabama a few years back, and they're the most down-to-earth, salt-of-the-earth people you'd ever want to meet. And they're constantly telling me things about their grown children, about the mistakes they think they're making. There's a lot of things that people talk about and tell me that I think, I don't know if I'm qualified to help you with this particular situation, but my point being that if you don't feel comfortable enough with your financial advisor to tell them sometimes some embarrassing or intimate things that you're trying to get off your chest, whether it's financial or not, most times it is financial, but if you're not comfortable enough and trusting enough of that individual, then I think maybe you ought to find a different individual, somebody that you can, I'm not saying we're going to be best friends with everybody. That's not true. But somebody you trust to share intimate parts of your life, whether they be financial or otherwise.
Yeah, I would think that you would want to look at that partner, that person as a partner. I like all the services that whether it be my dentist, any of my attorneys, any of my doctors, anything like that. I never lie to them. I never even exaggerate a little bit. I tell them the 100,000% truth, how ugly it may be, whatever the case may be, just simply because you hire that professional for that reason. You hire that professional to tell them the things because it's that professional's job to help you figure those issues out. So you shouldn't really do that. I mean, it's tough sometimes because some of the stuff can be very embarrassing, especially if you know the person, personally, or you're friendly with them. It can be a little embarrassing. What you have to tell yourself is that's probably the tamest thing they've heard that day, or maybe even that hour.
Yeah, it's funny you bring that up, Jim, because I think that's what gets in most people's way. I will tell you the biggest problem people have when it comes to planning for their finances is embarrassment.
Yep.
To go see a professional, because a lot of people want to get their house in order before they go see the financial advisor, because they feel like, I'm going to walk in and he's going to roll his eyes and he's going to sneer at what I have. He's going to make fun of me for not doing that. No, that's 100% wrong. That's why you're going, right? To meet with a financial advisor to say, hey, these are the struggles I'm having. Where should I start to chip away at this thing, right? And I see it a lot, because I've had people who've reached out to me and said, Scott, I really want to meet with you. And I'm like, all right, just let me know when. I'm happy to meet with you. And then 3 months will go by and I'll see them at the grocery store. And they're like, yeah, I got to come in. I just want to take care of this one thing. And this will go on for 3 years, where I keep seeing them in Publix. Now they're running down in aisles, hoping I don't see them, right? Because
hiding from you.
I see them in the meat. I see them running through the fruit department because they don't want to have the same exact conversation over and over.
That's amazing.
It's like going to it's like working out and getting in shape before you go to the gym.
Right. Well, my wife does this.
100%.
My wife will clean the house before our cleaner comes over.
Oh, always.
And we have somebody comes over like once every 3 weeks or a month or something to go through the house and wipe everything down to make sure, because we don't have time. But she keeps the house nice and clean. But this past week, we literally cleaned for an hour and a half or so before our cleaner got there. She didn't want to be embarrassed that the cleaner sees us living a certain way or whatever.
Yeah.
The same thing.
My wife's that way in hotel rooms. Like when we leave the hotel room, it's cleaner than when we got there.
Right.
I'm
Same
like,
here. Right.
What? She's like, they're going to judge us.
I told Tori the last time not this past trip, but the trip before that, I told Tori, I said, they're not going to think we stayed here. Like, we even made the bed. Like, they're not going to think we stayed here. If it wasn't for the towels missing, they wouldn't think we even stayed in this room last night.
I mean, I always leave a tip for the people that clean the room. I'm like, I should give you the tip. It's cleaner. Again, it's cleaner than when we got there.
She probably agrees.
So yes, when it comes to the consults and meeting with an advisor, and I'd probably a good opportunity to do my commercial here. So if you go to edgewaterfamilywealth.com, you can sign up for a consult. Sometimes, as I said before, it could be 5 minutes, it could be 10 minutes, it could be an hour and a half. That's up to you. If you have a minor problem we can solve over the phone, we'll solve it over the phone. If you have to drag yourself into the office and stare at a screen with us for an hour or two, we will do that as well. So don't be embarrassed. I mean, we all start out kind of broke trying to figure it out. Don't be embarrassed to try to fix the problem.
And let me help you out there, guys. If you really want a good way to do this, to really kick this off and start this, grab yourself a legal pad and write down the things that you would want to ask Scott during a consultation. Just write it down. Discuss it with your spouse, your partner, whatever the case may be, or maybe just yourself. Write down the things you want to achieve, the things that you think that are viable for you. And that way, when you call, you say, hey, look, I made a few notes here, and, I think I would like to do this. What do you think? That way, at least what it'll do is spur on a conversation with one of the analysts that will get you kind of moving in a conversation that you can make a couple plans. And you got to remember, these guys aren't going to overload you with a bunch of tasks like day one. This is a slow process of learning how to save money. It is it really is a culture of saving money. You have to be used to doing it, and once you get yourself in that position, you'll be proud of yourself for one thing, and it'll be way easier for you because it'll just be a way of your life.
Yeah, I love what you said there, Jim. Culture. You'll change your financial culture, and when you change your financial culture, then it gets easier because it's like when you buy a Mustang and then you see a bunch of Mustangs. Once you make the change, once you change to a more conservative or a more process-driven financial situation, it'll come to you much easier.
Yeah, you'll just be more comfortable in that space, and that's really what you're doing. With practice comes perfection, and you just get more comfortable in that space, and then you allow yourself to think outside the box a lot more, and that's where you really start making some good moves, along with the advice from you guys and the knowledge of the market, and then next thing you know, you've made a couple good moves, and you're in good shape. Again, I don't want to make the last thing I ever wanted to do with this segment is make this seem unavailable for people. I mean, that's the thing of this segment. It is available. These answers are available. And I again, when I thought this up, I was like, man, this is a good opportunity to let people know that they are not they aren't completely in the woods all the time. Just a few pointers on how to do things. That knowledge rules supremely, man. And it can really make a big difference. And Scott, we appreciate your help all the time.
Well, I enjoyed it. Hope that was helpful. And I'm going to go back to figuring out my brisket.
Butcher paper.
Give it up for Scott Brown.
Butcher paper.
have a safe 4th.
All right, buddy. Send me some of that brisket, dog. Send it.
You got it.
Airlift. All right. 407-916-1041. Load 'em up. Trivia is next.
We have a prize. Get on board at 407-916-1041. Jim Colbert Show Trivia is brought to you by Cento Family Moving and Storage. That's CENTO moving.com.
This is Super Bowl champion Alfred Williams. Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mattress Firm.
In a salary cap sport, smart front offices plan for the future in terms of salary caps. It's not a major move by any means, but it's exactly what the Oklahoma City Thunder did a few weeks ago. With massive contracts looming for Chet Holmgren and Jalen Williams, the Thunder dealt promising young guard Josh Giddey to the Bulls for Alex Caruso. He's not going to take over any games. He averages 10 points a game, but they have a manageable contract there. I'm Dan Patrick.
Mattress Firm's July 4th sale is your chance to get matched with your coolest Z's yet. Save $500 on Tempur-Breeze mattresses with free and fast delivery. All night cooling, all summer long. Discover the difference the right bed makes. Restrictions apply.
This July, celebrate America's independence with a fresh view from Renewal by Andersen. Their custom-built, energy-efficient windows and doors will not only enhance the beauty and value of your home, but increase you and your family's comfort as well. Renewal by Andersen uses their unique Fibrex material, which combines both elegance and resilience, offering you double the strength of traditional vinyl. And Renewal by Andersen's beautiful designs offers you a variety of color options, hardware, and more, making them truly your own. Plus, everything is made in the USA in Minnesota. Right now, buy any 4 windows or patio doors and get the 5th free. Plus, enjoy 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 18 months. Don't miss this limited time offer. Visit rbafla.com to schedule your free consultation today. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring experienced window and door installers. Celebrate freedom and comfort with Renewal by Andersen, official sponsor of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. License number CGC 1527613.
That'll be 30 even.
That's 90 points! Sorry, that was a lot. Now that I'm getting 3 times the points on food and fuel with the Navy Federal More Rewards American Express card, I get a little too hyped sometimes.
Cool. Would you like your receipt?
In the bag! Sorry, in the bag, please.
Learn more about the everyday, everywhere Navy Federal More Rewards American Express card at NavyFederal.org. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Navy Federal is insured by NCUA.
Guys, here in Central Florida, it is so important your air conditioner works perfectly every time. That's why I suggest a call to our friends at Mills Air. In business since 1992, that's 30 years of experience in keeping Central Florida nice and cool. And their techs are awesome. They can service any brand out there. Don't worry about what kind of AC you have. And Mills Air is a Carrier factory authorized dealer, which means up to $1,275 in rebates towards a brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. Call today and schedule your appointment. 407-277-1159. Online, millsair.com.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Big news for veterans and first-time homebuyers. The Hometown Heroes program provides up to $35,000 down payment and closing costs. Get pre-approved at thatmortgageguydon.com.
With thatmortgageguydon.com.
A noisy garage door is a cry for help that often requires only simple maintenance. However, if left untreated, could lead to costly repairs. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello from A1 Garage Door Service. Don't wait until a simple garage door repair becomes a major problem. If your garage door is noisy, if bugs are getting in, or if it struggles to open, your garage door is in need of repair. From simple repairs to upgrades, it's A1 from day one. We fix garage doors fast and with quality parts designed to last a lifetime. Our springs, rollers, and openers are tested by running them up and down, open and closed, all day, 24/7, so you can feel confident with every A1 garage door repair. Replacing the bottom rubber on your garage door can have a huge impact on the number of bugs you see in your garage and in your home. Keep those creepy crawlers outside by calling A1 Garage Door Service today and receive the best service, best parts, and best warranty in the industry.
A1Garage.com. A1 from day one.
Call today and take advantage of our $29.95 tune-up special.
Are you drowning in IRS tax debt?
I owe the IRS $37,000.
Get ready for a toll-free hotline. Take advantage of new IRS tax forgiveness programs that may protect you from IRS collection agencies. They have the power to garnish your wages, put liens on your property, and levy your bank account. Civic Tax Relief can help protect you from the IRS.
Civic Tax Relief basically represented me against the IRS, and by the time everything was completed, I didn't know the IRS anything.
Find out about the Fresh Start program that is now available through Civic Tax Relief. Civic Tax Relief's special tax hotline can help you discover all the relief programs available for free.
I would recommend anyone who has a tax problem to contact Civic Tax Relief.
Just call 800-506-5803. 800-506-5803. Don't wait. Call now. 800-506-5803. 800-506-5803.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZQuil.
ZQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZQuil nights. Explore our products at ZQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
There's only one place to watch this nonsense. At Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Hey, Jim. I've got my friend Rajneesh here from a foreign land. He wants to ask you some questions. Go ahead, Rajneesh. Ooh, Shimbalala no no yo ya. He wants to know why a young man like you has so few hairs on your head. Next question, Rajneesh. We got 30 seconds. Go ahead. Ooh, blah, 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 blah. I think that was about Deb Roberts. He likes her somehow. All right. Sorry, Raj.
I want what he's smoking.
There's so much going on there.
So much. Dig a little deeper.
Was the Rajneesh guy him?
It sounded like cowboy, didn't it?
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us. An uncanny.
Yeah, I was expecting a hee-haw at the end of that.
Yeah.
Damn it. There we go.
All right, welcome
That's
back.
half of it.
I am Jim. Deb's here.
Hello.
And Jack has the Jackie sack. Let's get it.
All aboard.
Chugga chugga.
Choo-choo.
Clickety-clack, clickety-clack.
All right, new prize today. So listen up, because you are playing for a $50 Checkers or Rallies gift card, okay? Checkers and Rallies are gearing up for National French Fry Day. Now, from July 1st through the 12th, you can enter for a chance to win free, fully loaded fries for a year.
Hello.
Damn.
That's 52 orders. 100 winners will be selected. Visit frygiveaway.com to enter. That's frygiveaway.com to enter. And today's winner gets a $50 gift card to Checkers and Rallies.
Nice.
And that is always brought to you. The Jackie Sack.
Yeah.
It's always brought to you by Cento Family Moving and Storage. Got a move coming up? Let them handle it. You know, they have fully trained expert moving crews who know how to pack your stuff, handle your furniture, safe driving, customer service, so much more, Jimmy.
Pack your stuff.
Just so much more. Speaking of more, if you mention the Jim Colbert Show, he's going to get you a discount, right? That makes Jack happy. So book him today at centomoving.com. That's C-E-N-T-O. Moving.com, clickety-clack, back to you.
So jappy. I love it. Oh, it's Jack Happy. Maybe we shouldn't use that one.
No, because I'm not a Jewish American princess.
Yeah. All right, Jack, who goes first?
Oh.
That would be Xavier first.
Let's go
Quickly.
with Xavier. Xavier, how you doing, buddy?
Hello.
There you go, Xavier.
How you doing, boss?
Doing good.
Good. Would you like to play a little game with us?
Yes, sir.
Let's do it.
Game show.
All right, Xavier, this is a very easy game. Got a question here for you. 4 answers. One of these answers is a lie. It's not true, but if you can find that one, I will send you over to the Jackie Sack.
Don't lie.
And off to some fries forever. I love this. It's the best prize we've ever given away.
Yeah.
Jack,
wow, you blew up on it.
all right, buddy. You ready to go? All right, here we go.
Wheels on the show.
All right, here we go. On this day in 1986, actress, producer,
God, don't say she was born this day.
singer, songwriter, entrepreneur.
Kim Kardashian?
She is a precautionary tale of child stardom.
Drew Barrymore.
Known for her raspy voice and DUIs.
Jewel. Oh, no.
Lindsay Lohan?
She likes Fridays if they're freaky.
Yay!
It is Lindsay Lohan's 38th birthday today.
Stop it.
Here are 3 fun facts about Lindsay and 1 mean girl of a lie. Buddy, we're talking about Lindsay Lohan. Which one of these is untrue? Number 1, Lindsay Lohan is allergic to blueberries and horses. Number 2, she's written 2 books. One called Get Me There on how to get an agent, and one called Me about her life as a star. Number 3, she has 28 tattoos. Or lastly, she was a straight A student excelling in math and science. Which of those is a lie?
I'm going to go with the first one.
Nah, dude, that's true. She is allergic to horses and blueberries.
I feel so bad for her.
I think that's a redhead thing. I think redheads have more allergies. I read that, and I think that animals, specifically horses, is like one of those things.
Oh, that sucks.
Kind of weird. Jack, who's next?
That would be James.
James right up there at top. James, how you doing?
I'm doing awesome.
Buddy, we're talking about Lindsay Lohan. She turns 38 today. Which one of these is untrue? Number 1, she's written 2 books, Get Me There on how to get an agent, and a book called Me about her life as a star. Number 2, she has 28 tattoos. Or lastly, she was a straight A student excelling in math and science.
I'm going to go with the second one, the tattoos.
No, dude, she does. She has 28 tattoos. And actually may have more now. This That piece of information was like 2022, so I guess she could have more. Jack, who's next?
That would be Derek.
Derek right there on line 4. Derek, how you doing, boss?
I'm fried.
You are fried. All right, let's get it. Got a 50-50 shot at even getting more fried.
These you eat, honey.
Which one of these is untrue in regards to Lindsay Lohan? Number 1, she's written 2 books, Get Me There on how to get an agent, and a book called Me about her life as a star. Or lastly, she was a straight A student excelling in math and science.
I'm going to go with the book one.
And you are going to win, buddy. You're a winner! Put you on hold. Enjoy those fry boy.
There you go, Derek.
Get in there and get them fries.
Let somebody else drive you there.
Right, exactly. Please, Derek.
Please, Derek.
Take a unicycle, anything.
Uber.
Anything, yeah. She did not write 2 books. She was a straight A student, though, who did excel in science and math. A couple other things you may not know about Lindsay Lohan. By the way, a relatively impressive career in life, oddly enough, because we only know the bad stuff about her. But she bounced back pretty well.
She's getting ready to do another Freaky Friday reboot.
Yeah. She began her modeling career at how old?
4.
6.
3 is the answer.
Ooh.
Working with clients like Abercrombie & Fitch Kids and Calvin Klein Kids. 3 years old. She claims to own how many pairs of shoes?
300 popped into my head.
1,000.
20,000.
Whoa!
20,000 pairs of shoes.
Oh.
A big closet.
Yeah, it's a big house.
I'm jealous.
Yeah. She can speak Italian and some Arabic. Fluent in Italian, though, by the way. You know her husband's Arabic. That's why.
Yep.
She's co-authored a series of novels aimed at a young audience called The Cursed. Now, she's co-authored those. That's not, she co-authored these books. She didn't write 2 books. I didn't want you to think I was giving you a bad clue because of the other one. And her middle name is D-E-E, Lindsay D. Lohan, which is weird. What a clunky middle name for that.
I thought mine was clunky.
You got
mine.
Yeah.
D.
Her initials are the bad cholesterol.
Oh, right. You're right.
Or is it the HDL?
No, HDL is the...
Yeah, HDL is good. You want it high. H you want high. L you want low.
Low. There you go. All right,
well, we've been trying to keep her low for years now.
Yeah, we have. And she's low. Lohan.
She is.
It's Lohan, by the way. It's
Lohan?
not Lohan. It's Lohan.
Lindsay D. Lohan.
Yeah, as if it was Lowin.
Doesn't that sound like she should be a country singer? Lindsay D. Lohan.
You know, she had a music
career. Come to
career.
the stage.
She actually is a good singer. She had a music career. They list her as a singer-songwriter. I think she has 2 albums to her credit. They're terrible. It's that horrible, like, Hannah Montana pop music from back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
Just as bad as it gets. You know, teenagers trying to be tough kind of thing. Oh, I'll tell you, boy. And I'm like, shut up. Just shut up. And by the way, you know, again, yeah, and she did a Marilyn Monroe spread for Playboy, if you'll remember, back in the day. She recreated all those famous, because that's her hero.
Right.
Marilyn Monroe, and who's the one who got beheaded in the car crash?
Oh, yeah, that would be
the other kind of, I'm not saying
Janice.
It's not Janice, but I think it does start with a J.
She is Mariska Hargitay's mom.
She,
Janet Leigh?
No. She died in a car crash.
Yeah.
Jane Mansfield.
is the
Jane
answer.
Mansfield. Yeah, she was in a convertible and went underneath a semi.
Yeah, and it took her out. And that's her heroes are Marilyn Monroe and Jane Mansfield. They were kind of pinup girls. You know?
Yeah.
And so she did a photo shoot for Playboy and kind of recreated some of those famous Monroe with the makeup and the hair and the whole 9 yards. I remember that was like a big deal when that came out because she just kind of broke out of that child star thing and started kind of, getting in her own world. Man, there's a picture of her.
That's the way to do it.
There's a picture of her in court while she's going through that stuff. And it is, man, if I were her, I'd be like, find that, scrub that. It is not good. All right, 407-916-1041. Have you guys ever heard of an eating disorder called Arfid? Arfid. I bet money you probably know people with this right now. And can I tell you, you guys, especially Jack, may be an Arfid guy. I'll tell you what Arfid is next.
Oh, PB&J's.
Hey, Mount Dora, we're coming. Details at realradio.fm/freedom.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Traffic is backed up on I-4 this afternoon in the Orlando area, east and westbound by the major attractions exits. Still seeing a serious crash that's blocking all eastbound lanes on Old Winter Garden Road near Washington Street. Another crash reported on Winter Garden Road is blocking the eastbound right lane at Edward Ranch Road. If you see other traffic problems, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Want to save up to 50% on new blinds and shades? Blindster offers custom-made blinds, shades, and shutters at prices way less than big box retailers. And right now, save up to 50% off any order during Blindster's July 4th sale. Hurry, sale ends July 8th. Blindster.com.
My friends at Mills Air have been in business since 1992. That's over 30 years. They're a Carrier Factory Authorized dealer, and there are rebates that you get up to $1,275 on a brand new Carrier unit. If you're going to go with the experts, you got to go with Carrier, and you got to go with millsair.com. That's where I got my system. I absolutely love it. And you got to make sure you do maintenance on your AC system. They do service on all brands of AC, and it can detect and prevent an upcoming breakdown for you and save you a lot of money. You can count on millsair.com.
Hey, if you're listening to me right now, I have one thing every business needs most: attention. Think about it. We swipe and scroll past stuff all day, but when we're driving, cooking, working out, we're also listening. That's the magic of audio at iHeart. We're in your next customer's ears while they're living life and listening, just like you are right now. So get your customers to listen up today using radio, digital, and podcasts. Call 844-ADD-HELP-5. That's 844-ADD-HELP-5.
Celebrate our country's independence in Mount Dora as the City of Mount Dora and Real Radio present the Freedom on the Waterfront on July 3rd. Musical performances from All for One and Inner Circle. Food, fun, and Central Florida's best fireworks display over Lake Dora. Event starts at 5 p.m. and is sponsored by Visit Lake, Mullinax Ford, Coors Beer, Mellow Mushroom, and Fox 35. Visit the City of Mount Dora's event page for more information. Don't miss Freedom on the Waterfront in Mount Dora on July 3rd.
When you're injured on the job, you need more than just a workers' comp lawyer. When you need a fighter, you need us. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. For the people. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Light up your 4th of July with Sky King Fireworks. Sky King Fireworks in Cocoa on 520 and in Melbourne on 192 has buy one, get one on all fireworks with the largest selection of buy one, get two. Sky King Fireworks has the largest selection of the loudest, biggest, brightest, and safest fireworks with a no-dud guarantee. Sky King Fireworks has buy one, get one on all fireworks in the store and the largest selection of buy one, get twos. Nobody beats the king. For easy directions, visit SkyKingFireworks.com.
Buying a house or selling yours? The Nickl Group makes it as easy as ABC. And 1, 2... Oh, and fast, too, because the Nickl Group can get a guaranteed cash offer on your home today. Just visit thenicklygroup.com.
We love to celebrate the 4th of July with family, friends, food, and fireworks. Please be safe this Independence Day weekend and don't drink and drive from your friends at iHeartMedia and Anna Jar and Levine Accident Attorneys.
Cento Family Moving and Storage is Central Florida's trusted source for local and long-distance moving. From packing to delivery, Cento Moving is fully licensed and insured to provide you a seamless moving experience so you can enjoy your new home in no time. Get a quote today at centomoving.com. Forget the stress, move with the best.
Considering buying a lab-grown diamond versus a natural diamond? IDC owner Keith LeClaire says, be careful. These machine-made diamonds are being mass-produced, and the value appears to be dropping fast.
If they can create 130 carats per machine per day, and you've got 5,000 people that are growing at that level, do you know how much is already stockpiled? You're talking about millions of carats. Now you're talking about a product that was $5,000 just 3 years ago is now down to almost zero.
So when trying to choose between a natural diamond and a lab-grown diamond, proceed with caution.
Why would you put your money in something that devalues faster than food you eat?
Before you propose, come to International Diamond Center and get the facts about diamonds from our non-commissioned experts. Learn how diamonds are priced and graded on the world market and educate yourself on the latest trend of lab-grown diamonds.
I want people to know that IDC is about protecting them.
International Diamond Center, 4 Orlando locations, and always at shopidc.com.
New South Window Solutions. We manufacture, we install, we guarantee. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman & Lind Studios. Why Kaufman & Lind? Because clients and character matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station, the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics. Are you offended? Obviously, we're only kidding. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
I go ahead and save money on clothes, usually shop the outlets, Ross, Burlington, those type of stores. But I do splurge on my meats. Make sure I go to YC's for all the top steaks, skirt steaks, hanging tenders, and all of those sorts, because that's where I love to eat.
Hello, Joe, long-time listener. Great job. Can't get through the afternoon without you guys.
Awesome.
You three do a great job. Happy 4th of July, y'all.
Hey, same to you, boss.
Thank you so much.
All right, 407-916-1041. Thanks for the kind words. We appreciate that very much. We try our hardest.
Yeah, we do.
I am Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
Yo.
Just saw BK, the broiler, in the hallway. He was taking off for the day. He does the 3 to 6 over there at 96.9 The Game. And, of course, he does sports with us on Mondays. And I just saw this on Facebook. He said he has a really good interview with Doug Flutie.
Oh, wow.
Do you remember Doug Flutie?
I do.
Yeah. So I guess he had about a 12-minute talk with Doug Flutie, and I mean, he was ganked about it. He said it was like one of the best talks with one of the most interesting dudes who has a lot of like lore in American football, right? And but he said he had a really good conversation. It's up on Facebook right now. If you'll check it out, Brandon Kravitz, 96.9 The Game, and his conversation with Doug Flutie.
I remember Flutie Flakes.
Oh, really? That's right, yeah.
His cereal that had come out with the proceeds benefiting autistic organizations because, of course, Doug Flutie, just like Dan Marino, having a son who's on the spectrum.
But Doug Flutie was also shorter than your typical average American quarterback, had a huge college career, played, I think, in the USFL in Canada. But the question was always, can he perform in the NFL? And he did for a little bit, but...
yeah, he played with the Bills for a while. And all that is covered, by the way. He's only 5'10".
Yeah.
And, we kind of said he comps out like Tebow. College superstar, came into the league. His size was a hindrance for him to really excel. But, again, and check out that interview. Brandon Kravitz, our good friend from 96.9 The Game, the sports station here in Central Florida that you should be listening to with all the best content. His interview is up right now on Facebook. Check it out.
In the zone.
In the zone, baby. Show. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Any possible idea about guessing what Arfid may be? It's going to be tough. And this is an interesting one.
Is it an acronym?
It is an acronym, of course.
Yeah, I'm not going to guess.
Okay, Arfid. Could it be acquired?
Okay.
Acquired.
No, it's not. The first word is avoidant.
Oh, yeah. Jack definitely has
I'm
this.
Avoidant.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
I'm avoidant.
Avoidant.
Right, here we go. Avoidant restrictive food intake disorder. Arfid is an eating disorder that is pretty prevalent. They estimate that about 5% of eating disorders in this country are Arfid. It's also one of the least studied eating disorders, but it's also one of the most prevalent eating disorders. That's what makes it very unique. This is actually the first time I've ever heard about it. And when I read it, I was like, oh, like I know way more people that do that than have bulimia or anorexia or any of the other eating disorders other than the ones that you just can't stop eating.
Right.
I know plenty of those people.
Binge eating?
Well, just people who just eat too much in general, just don't eat well at all. They just kind of eat a bunch of crap, and they binge eat and stuff like that. This is not that at all. What do you think that is? Avoidant restrictive food intake disorder. What do you think it actually is, even with it spelled out for you?
A restricting of your calories to a certain amount, so maybe 1,000 or 500 calories a day.
How about this? Has nothing at all to do with being fat or skinny. Nothing at all. Nothing at all with the level of food you're taking in at all.
Avoidant.
Yeah.
You're avoiding restricted. So you're.
How about
limiting your meals to once a day?
What's the third word?
Food intake disorder.
Food.
So listen. What did I say right before we came back for this segment? Of the people in this show, Jack would be the most likely, most likely to have or be Arfid. And the reason why is Arfid is this girl who started out and she thought she had this. She said, I had a list of about 5 foods that I would eat. And it said like the green sour cream and onion Pringles.
That's not bad.
But I wouldn't eat them out of the can. I would only eat them in the individual serving packs because the other one made her anxious because there were so many of them. Also textures. Also other things like that. She wouldn't go to Girl Scouts or anything because the amount of food can also be a thing. But what they really spell out that Arfid is, and the reason it's dangerous is because the people who have this will choose 3 or 4 or 5 things to eat, and that's all they'll eat. And the thing is, those 3 or 4 or 5 things could be potato chips, bread, soda,
chicken nuggets,
and candy. Those are the 5 things that they will not vary from that.
I am nowhere near this.
You're pretty close to it.
Not even.
You're real close to it.
He has expanded his horizons since he's been working on this show. He started off as a straight up PB&J.
Now he uses wheat bread.
For 25 years, that's what I've been hearing. It's how far I've expanded from back on the Phillips 5, talking about how far I've expanded what I eat, and it continues to grow. I eat just about anything.
You don't. No, you eat the same thing. You eat an apple every day. Do you not eat an apple every day?
Yeah, but
did you eat
the doctor away?
Do you eat a PB&J every day?
No.
Almost?
No. Maybe once a month.
Get out of here. That's a lie.
It is not
Pizza.
a lie.
How often do you eat pizza?
He's from Jersey.
What? Once a month? Twice a month?
What?
I'm pretty healthy.
I know it has nothing to do with healthy.
Yeah,
I mean, if the 5 things you chose were chicken, broccoli, cauliflower, I mean, that would be fine.
Yeah, I mean, today I had, it was Mexican rice. So it was beef, rice, beans.
Oh yeah, there you go. Well, you have expanded then.
My wife makes it. My wife never makes the same meal twice. So of course I get various foods.
It says rather than restricting their calories or nutritional content, people with Arfid often limit their food by sensory or textural preferences. And the other reason that I read
very
this,
spectrum-like.
I thought of Jack because Jack doesn't eat ricotta cheese. He doesn't eat cottage cheese.
That's just nasty.
And he doesn't eat cheese curds.
And he doesn't eat cheese curds.
I don't like the name.
Which personally hurts my heart since I'm from Green Bay.
But you can see, Jack, I think when it comes to
he's never had a squeaky curd.
You're misunderstanding.
I'm not missing. I'm nailing it. That's why you're so pissed off.
I make legitimate points.
It says, this is where a person will usually restrict the variety and volume of food because they have an incredibly debilitating beliefs about the composition of the food. Examples can be not eating foods that are a certain texture, a certain smell, a certain flavor, or even a certain brand of food. That they will kind of just nix that out because one time Del Monte had a story where the pineapple wasn't perfect or something, and they'll hold that forever, and they're like, okay, can't eat that. Because it happened once, it can happen to me again.
I had that with the, when you find the grub in your green beans when you're eating your school lunch. It's like, going to be off green beans for a while.
Never had that one. It says in some cases here, people with Arfid have had traumatic experiences with food, like choking, which includes a greater vigilance with eating. And you have anxiety with it.
Right.
And let me tell you something, man. I know, I was trying to think about this when I saw this morning. I know at least 3 people in my life right now who are grown-ass adults, and they will only eat about 5 things.
Who are they?
I can't tell you who they are.
Come on. Who are they?
No, I mean,
what are the 5 things?
Do we know them?
You know of them, but you've never met them, I don't believe.
Oh, okay.
You know of them, but you've never met them. But they will only eat certain things. And I'm going to tell you, they will not vary. As a matter of fact, one of these people, when visiting, we asked, hey, we want to go out to dinner? Like, where are we going? It just turns out we were going to Sonny's Barbecue up in P-Town, right? And will not go. Whispered into the person's ear when I suggested that we go and says, pss, 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 and then they bailed. And it was because she didn't like the food that was there or the kind of food it was and would not eat it.
Well, I have a couple of good friends. One of my best friends, actually. As long as you go where he can get a steamed chicken breast and some broccoli, you're good to go.
Right, that's it. That's all they'll eat.
That's it.
Your fiance's a picky eater, isn't he?
He's a picky eater, but he doesn't.
But that's what that gets confused with. And this is one of the reasons it's the least studied of all of the disorders is because you don't really look at it like that. You would say, well, that's funny. Chris only eats steak and potatoes. And you don't think anything about it. But every time you go out, Chris is eating steak and potatoes or chicken and broccoli or whatever. He never seems to eat anything else. And that's exactly
now
what
he'll do a butter chicken at the Indian restaurant every once in a while.
I'm using him as an example.
Butter chicken.
Yeah, well, he's kind enough to hang in there.
Sushi?
Oh, yeah, no. That's funny. That's funny.
But that's another one of the trigger foods that was on this list. Like, a lot of people just simply won't do it because of the makeup of it. They actually may like every single part of it. They like the rice. They like the tuna. They like everything that's in the roll.
So you put the roe on top.
But they can't eat it because it's all together. And it's a textural issue and they can't make it happen.
That sounds so on the spectrum.
It does, really. They don't really mention that, though.
Yeah. It does. That sounds like a very high-functioning Asperger's in a way.
And one of the reasons they say this is it picky eating? It's like, no, it's not picky eating. There are kids who will eat vegetable, pick out vegetables and stuff like that. But it says the important difference is the level of anxiety that comes with it.
Right. That's what makes it different.
If you set the plate down in front of a kid, let's say your kid brings home somebody to spend the night or whatever, and you set the food down and they look at this mixed vegetables, it's like green beans, corn, carrots and whatnot, and they start losing their S or kind of looking like they're very uncomfortable. Just the thought of eating something like that would set them off where they wouldn't be able to kind of even enjoy it.
Well, if they were over at my house as kids, my mom would just, lovingly put it in a Ziploc bag and make you wear it around your neck.
Yeah. Right. Really? That's wild.
You're not going to eat it? Then you can wear it.
Well, if you know anybody out there about this, there are therapies for this, cognitive behavioral therapies that have helped a lot of people. If you know somebody and they said a lot of kids have this.
I would imagine. And
let me tell you, man, the other thing too is this. If you're a parent and you have a kid that won't eat certain things, it is a nightmare. Because if you have other kids, other things to do, you're constantly pleading with this child to eat something they will not eat. And one of these situations was that exact thing. Like I knew the parent, and the parent was like, I can't get this person to eat anything like this. I'm like, well, you got to make them do it. That person's not going to be able to eat just that the rest of their life. They'll just dry up and blow away.
And that's where a lot of breastfeeding moms will win out because their children are exposed to the flavors of whatever she's eating.
And some parents are just soft. Some parents just want their kids to be happy all the time, and they don't really debate them or don't really confront them with issues like this and make them maybe eat broccoli or something they don't want. They just kind of go, well, it's easier just give him nuggets and fries, so we'll just move on with nuggets and fries.
Were you ever left at the dining room table when you wouldn't eat something?
Oh, I have a horrible story that I don't want to share because it doesn't make somebody in my family look good.
Ooh.
Maybe I will share it. I'll just leave the family in morale. I'll do that next. Hang loose.
Dancing naked around your kitchen is a lot better with your best friends.
Seriously.
I mean,
why would you encourage that?
Just say, Alexa, play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Looking at a slow ride still on I-4 this afternoon for drivers in the Orlando area who are taking the interstate east and westbound by the major attractions exits and through downtown. Looking at heavy backups eastbound on the interstate by the John Young Parkway exit due to a crash partially blocking the exit ramp. No problems to report right now on the Beach Line or the Greenway. If you see traffic problems, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Celebrate July 4th with savings at Lowe's. Right now, make your garden pop for summer with savings on Miracle Grow 25-quart potting mix. Get 2 bags for just $16. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii while supplies last.
Buy one, get 2 free at PyroSpot Fireworks. I heard Craig on with us a little bit earlier today. PyroSpot has Florida's largest selection of buy one, get 2 free fireworks with prices and products that absolutely blow the competition away. Use their touchscreens to watch videos and design your own incredible fireworks show, or just visit the locations. They have 3, Eustis, Sanford, and Longwood, just a few miles north of Orlando. Visit iwantfireworks.com. You do that for valuable coupons and store locations. That's iwantfireworks.com. Buy one, get 2 free at PyroSpot Fireworks and be a backyard hero.
Are you drowning in IRS tax debt?
I owe the IRS $37,000.
Get ready for a toll-free hotline. Take advantage of new IRS tax forgiveness programs that may protect you from IRS collection agencies. They have the power to garnish your wages, put liens on your property, and levy your bank account. Civic Tax Relief can help protect you from the IRS.
Civic Tax Relief basically represented me against the IRS, and by the time everything was completed, I didn't owe the IRS anything.
Find out about the Fresh Start program that is now available through Civic Tax Relief. Civic Tax Relief's special tax hotline can help you discover all the relief programs available for free.
I would recommend anyone who has a tax problem to contact Civic Tax Relief.
Just call 800-506-5803. 800-506-5803. Don't wait. Call now. 800-506-5803. 800-506-5803.
Most people pack their swimsuit away in the fall, and it doesn't come out again until May. That's when things get interesting. Or maybe a better word is shocking, especially if you've gained weight since wearing it last year. But don't worry, Red Mountain Weight Loss has the solution with prescription semaglutide. Semaglutide is an exciting new breakthrough in medical weight loss. It's the main ingredient in Ozempic, and clinic studies have shown it accelerates weight loss, helping you lose up to 15 pounds or more per month. At Red Mountain Weight Loss, we have semaglutide in stock and ready to ship today. It's available as a weekly injection or a daily tablet. Plus, you'll get the support of our licensed medical team with meal plans to speed your progress and medical solutions to prevent side effects, all for half the price of Ozempic. Lose weight and look great this summer with semaglutide from Red Mountain Weight Loss. Schedule your free consultation today. Go to redmountainweightloss.com or dial pound 250 on your phone, keyword Red Mountain Weight Loss.
Worried about buying or selling your home? Don't be. The Nickl Group with Keller Williams Realty does real estate differently, with buying and selling solutions faster than you could say, more tape? Nationally ranked and locally loved, TNG sells homes 2 times faster for an average of over 20,000 more. So ditch the stress ball. Check out the Nickl Group's over 3,000 5-star reviews. Get a guaranteed cash offer for your home today. Visit thenicklygroup.com.
Guys, here in Central Florida, it is so important your air conditioner works perfectly every time. That's why I suggest a call to our friends at Mills Air. In business since 1992, that's 30 years of experience in keeping Central Florida nice and cool. And their techs are awesome. They can service any brand out there. Don't worry about what kind of AC you have. And Mills Air is a Carrier factory authorized dealer, which means up to $1,275 in rebates towards a brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. Call today and schedule your appointment. 407-277-1159. Online, millsair.com.
Boss, did you know Safe Touch Security is the home of the 45-second or less guaranteed response?
Of course, it's just one of the reasons why I hate Safe Touch.
For a limited time, save up to 50% on select security systems. Call 888-723-8682 or go to safetouch.com. State license EF 2000-1945.
Let me tell you a story. I had a client who got injured. He only asked for the insurance company to cover his rent for 3 months. They said no. We ended up getting him $325,000. Just call Mo. Mo do it. Orlando's injury attorneys. Prospective client may not obtain same or similar results.
Hi, this is Earl Ron. New South makes windows that are both energy efficient and hurricane resistant. New South is the factory and eliminates the middleman. New South windows are made in Florida for Florida homes by Florida workers because we know Florida weather.
For every 2 windows you buy, get the 3rd free. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
Don't miss TK Law. Trendley Kramer Law calls every Monday at 6:20 on the Jim Colbert Show. Ray Trendley and the Colbert crew will be discussing all things law and not law on a variety of topics, from the latest legal news to the best new movies.
The Medal of Honor is the highest military decoration in the United States.
Since it was established in 1861, there have been 3,517 people awarded with the medal. I'm Malcolm Gladwell, and our new podcast from Pushkin Industries and iHeartMedia is about those heroes. Listen to Medal of Honor, Stories of Courage on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Medal of Honor, Stories of Courage.
This hour of programming is brought to you by My Home Builders Network. Need new windows? Then you need Mike and his team at hbnusa.com.
This is why YouTube was created at Jim Colbert Show on YouTube. Subscribe and watch.
Hey guys, I had to stay at the dinner table while my dad took everybody out and played basketball, and I watched them because I wouldn't eat my lima beans because I grew up in Maryland and they were the size of the ticks. We pulled off the dog and I refused to eat them. I sat there for an hour and a half. Yeah.
I feel your
story.
Yeah.
Taking the...
Oh. Ended right. Right.
Hey guys, I think I'm one of these people with the Arfid disorder. For me, it's textures. I can't do lettuces. I can't do, because the big veins at the bottom just make me want to throw up. Onions, I either start coughing or I just can't have them to the point where, they make me want to throw up if I chew one. If I see it in the food and I know it's there, I can't do it. I just have to stop. And I basically tell people I'm allergic to onions just to get them to stop asking.
Hey, just FYI, for kids who are like super picky and may have other issues like autism or ADHD, you can get a referral to a usually occupational or speech therapist, a feeding specialist who can help the kids to get used to more foods so that they'll have a wider range. I know I work for Easter Seals, and the local Easter Seals, they do that. So there's always people who can help.
Yeah.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb is here, and so is Jack. By the way, if you hear those calls, we're talking about this thing called Arfid. And gentlemen, I would say that, buddy, you probably do have it. We did get a text a second ago. It says, my kid has Arfid, and I wanted to explode for years. Finally, we got into the Arnold Palmer Food Eating Clinic. It's no joke. An example, she would only eat one type of bread, the French bread from Walmart Bakery, and that's it. She would only eat one type of mac and cheese. She's never had pizza, chicken tenders, a hot dog, or anything else that kids love. She literally eats 10 foods in the entire world. Like, that's how crazy it is.
Well, think of that parent having to shop, right? You can't just go to Publix. You can't just go to Aldi. You can't just go to Walmart, because if she'll only eat this bread, that means you're literally running around to 10 different stores.
And sometimes, as I read the story, and it's a good one, by the way, as I read the story, not only would it be that kind of bread, it has to be a certain texture. So even getting that bread is only one part of it. Right. It's got to be fresh or less than a day old, or the texture will screw them over. You won't be able to enjoy that. And it's interesting because I'm glad that gentleman called. What he sounded like he was in his at least mid-30s, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to tell age, but I mean, he's a grown-ass man. And, I don't know if he's considered this before or maybe had never heard of Arfid before, but that's exactly kind of what we're talking about. That thing where he can't do it, can't even think about it. The idea of eating just lettuce.
I know.
The most benign thing that you could eat. It almost is flavorless.
Because of the big veins at the bottom.
Which is crazy when you think about it. And by the way, his onion thing has to be one of the most common aspects of an eating disorder like this, because I know more people who simply will not eat onions. They won't do it. We have somebody in our group that's like this, and if there are onions in it, they will not eat it. Matter of fact,
it's my mom.
And there's another one during Thanksgiving. Certain dishes have to be made without onions so that they can have it without onions. They will make a smaller dish just for them because they can't eat or won't eat onions. That's got to be one of those common ones.
I can't believe you think I would have some of this art.
Well, Jack, I got to tell you, buddy. I got to tell you. I've known you a while.
I go out to eat. I eat all different foods.
Listen, buddy. Listen. You have gone through a metamorphosis. You really have.
It's just cottage cheese. It's disgusting.
It's not disgusting. It's
tasty,
delicious.
A little salt and pepper.
Oh, on a peach? Are you kidding me? Just take a peach, cut it in half, get that pit out of there. Take a melon baller and get the other that pit stuff out of there.
And I tell you,
and just fill that up with cottage cheese.
That smell coming out of Greek yogurt means you should not eat that.
No, it's absolutely delicious. Jack, take pineapple.
He would lose his mind over brie.
I love pineapple.
Take pineapple, cube it up, put it on a plate.
Yeah.
Sprinkle some cottage or cottage cheese, not ricotta. Cottage cheese, a little bit of salt on that cottage cheese, and then a little drizzle of honey over that, and eat that. It's delicious.
Okay.
Protein, sugars, fiber.
I love lasagna, right?
Yes.
And I am annoyed by the fact where they say you can substitute ricotta for cottage cheese. Just that idea makes me want to not eat lasagna.
Okay, so you ready for this? My wife will not eat lasagna with bechamel. A common ingredient in real lasagna. She hates the bechamel.
Are you ready?
Hates it.
You ready for this? I don't even know what bechamel is.
It's a butter and cream.
It's a bechamel is the white sauce. That's just basically it's flour, butter, and milk. That's bechamel. Is basically what it is, right?
So the
Salt and
ingredients
pepper.
of happiness.
How does that end up in lasagna?
Let me help you. In the South, let me talk to my peeps in the South. It's white gravy, peeps.
Okay.
Yeah, it's flour, it's butter, and it's salt, pepper, and it's milk. And you basically you cook the flour and the butter until you get rid of the flour taste, the raw nature of the flour, and you add your milk in while stirring. And by the way, if you're doing this, warm your milk in the microwave before you do it. You don't want to introduce cold milk into a hot pan
because it'll curdle.
It'll curdle up the
come on, Jack. Just like your favorite.
It'll curdle up the sauce. It won't curdle the milk up, but you want to warm that up in the microwave so when it hits, it stays at the same temperature.
You just reminded me of a meal I made yesterday. I took cup of salt, gallon of white vinegar, and some dish soap.
Oh,
I made weed killer.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Can't eat that.
No, but I fed it to the weed.
But that sounds like a product called Arfid. Yeah, but that's the thing, man. It's like these people will not eat it, and I don't think I have one textural item. I'm not a fan. Somebody just sent in squash. Not a fan of squash.
Oh, I love squash.
I will eat a zucchini times 50 because it's more firm. But when you cook squash and it gets mushy, I'm out.
Nope. Butternut squash with some brown sugar and some butter before you put it in the oven.
Really? I've never even heard of that.
Oh, that's so good.
Really?
With a pork chop? Come on now.
Really? I've never even... I know the butternut squash thing and the spaghetti squash.
Just slice it in half, some butter, some brown sugar, slap it in the oven.
It's too mushy for me. I'm not a fan at all.
So what happened to little Jimmy sitting at the table
with this
eat?
That's right. Tell us the story. Well, before we get to your childhood trauma that you can't scrape out with a COVID test, were you ever made to sit at the table if you didn't eat something?
It did happen one time where, and I don't know, it could have been maybe a half hour, it could have been 10 minutes. And as a kid, it seems like a half an hour or whatever. But finally, it was like, okay, fine, go to bed.
What was it you wouldn't eat?
Don't even remember.
For me, it was avocado.
Oh, yeah?
My mom and my brother.
I'm not a giant fan of it by itself. I like guac, which is weird.
Love avocados. Now, my mom, cut it, open it, take the pit out, put a little salt, spoon, eat an avocado.
Nature's butter.
Nature's butter. So I was like, oh, that looks good. I want some. She's like, are you sure? I said, yeah, it looks really good. I want to try it. Are you sure? Yeah, I'll try it. Okay, but if I put it on your plate, you are going to eat it. And if you don't, then you're going to sit there till you do.
Oh.
Okay, I will. And then I sat down and I put one little forkful of this green mushy stuff and was like, I'm out.
And it's not sweet. It's not anything.
It's nothing. It's not savory.
It's nothing.
It's like tofu.
It is nothing.
It's like this, but you're right. I need guacamole all day. And an avocado, I'm like, oh, that
And
that
it's so
ain't done.
weird how like food tastes change because now I love an avocado.
It's weird. I went through that very thing, and I can't, like, if you put avocado like on a plate of Mexican food or whatever, I wouldn't eat it by itself. But if you put it on toast and some tomato, salt, pepper, a little bit of olive oil, and some lemon juice, count me in for all of it.
Yeah,
and if it's in my salad, I'll just close my eyes.
But I do
Pretend
remember
it's an egg.
it was hours that I was made to sit at the table.
All right, here's the trauma story.
Okay.
I can't say who it is.
That's okay.
I'm just going to say, as a child, I was somewhere and oatmeal was for breakfast. I hate oatmeal. I hate it. I hate the texture of it. I hate oatmeal. You can't put anything in it to make me like it. You can't put enough butter.
Even now?
You can't just do not
Walnuts?
like it. You do not,
honey?
Will not eat it. I told this person, I do not want it. I cannot eat it. I do not like it. Now, you got to remember, I think I'm 8 or 9 years old at this time, 8 or 9 years old. I was told to eat it. I took a spoonful of it in my mouth and tried to swallow it, and I threw up into my bowl of oatmeal and was then told to eat that.
Oh.
Whoa. The person was so mad that I didn't get the oatmeal down that they were so pissed off. That's the first thing they yelled when I vomited into the bowl of oatmeal.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Explains so much.
Yeah.
Do you still talk to this person?
Yeah, I still talk to this person. Look, this person was very angry as a young person and did not know how to
control it.
And did not know how to control things of that nature.
Okay, so what was I get the immediate anger.
Right.
Oh, you're going to eat that. But, okay.
How did it end?
Then the next beat, you take a breath, then what happens?
Let's just say somebody came to my rescue and said, lay off, that ain't ever happening. What the hell are you even thinking saying that?
Yeah.
Basically that's what happened.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a weird scenario.
Did that person have children of their own?
Yes, that person did have children of their own. Yeah, sure enough.
Grateful you're not one of them?
Yes. Grateful I'm not one of them.
Wow. He didn't make you, okay, no, someone gave you rescue.
By the way, a lot of people coming to my defense on this cottage cheese is a disgusting thing in the texting service.
Well, you know what?
I'm vindicated.
They're all weirdos then, because cottage cheese is delicious. By the way, let me tell you, never was really a giant fan of cottage cheese. At one point, I was trying to lose weight in my life, and I was going through some crazy weight fluctuations, and it was just because I was drinking heavily nightly.
Right.
Yeah, and then you get fat when you do that. I don't know if you know that. I started eating cottage cheese as a diet supplement for protein, and what I just told you, which is getting a half a peach and putting a tablespoon of cottage cheese and some little salt or whatever on that. That would be like a breakfast or a snack item. So that's where I started eating it and fell in love with it.
I love it.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Can eat it right out of the container. Matter of fact, those cottage cheese with the little fruit thing on the side.
Oh, those I don't eat as much, but I do like a Breakstones 4-pack.
What is that? Is it just a cottage cheese?
Yeah, just a single serve cottage cheese.
2 ounces or something like that?
Yeah, a little snackish, little hunger.
Would you react physically if let's say I gave you $100 to eat a tablespoon of cottage cheese? Could you get it down for $100?
$100? Hell yeah.
Would you chew it? You wouldn't be able to eat it. You wouldn't be able to just swallow it like a pill.
To keep the 100, do I have to chew it?
Well, to keep the 100, you have to process it in your mouth.
Yes.
You could do that.
Yes. I'm already holding my breath. I'm thinking about it. I'm holding my breath.
I wish I had a Honda on me.
My nose was so clogged yesterday.
He would have done it perfectly.
It's like my dinner was great, I think. But
so someone texted. First of all, I'm Italian. I love tomato sauce, pizza sauce, marinara, and gravy. I can't stand a raw tomato.
As a kid, my sister used to pick on me because she would eat tomatoes in front of me, and she knew how much I hated them. This morning, as I'm making a sandwich, I have a plum tomato. I'd made some pico de gallo this weekend out of, and I sliced it up into 1/4-inch thick little medallions and sprinkled it with salt and pepper and sat there and ate it like it was potato chips, an entire tomato.
See how it's changed?
Absolutely love it. My taste, my whole thing changed when I ate sushi for the first time. And that would have been not that long ago, maybe 22 or 3 years ago. I tried sushi for the very first time, and I was like, this is an entire different world I've never experienced. And from that moment on, it has been out there. Just find anything I can with a bunch of flavor. Because when you live in a small town, it's mostly Southern food, pork fried, chicken, cube steak, your stereotypical Southern mashed potatoes, some kind of bean.
Hey, Jack, get the the buzzer ready.
Why?
I have sedonglobophobia. I can't touch cotton. It's a nightmare. I can't eat or touch cotton candy either.
What the hell?
Sedonglobophobia.
Wow.
Sedonglobophobia.
Wow. Somebody said,
Ooh. There is the dong in the word. Thank you. Yeah.
I think you nailed it.
I don't understand. Like, this is a stereotype, but it's funny when you get a text like that. The guy goes, hey, I'm black and I hate watermelon. Like, you're not obligated to like watermelon, buddy. That's a myth. You're fine. Yeah, man. There aren't many things that I can't eat that I won't. I mean, some of the fish stuff I can't get into. Like,
Here's one I learned about while on the Phillips File that apparently is used to be a common thing that to me just seems so foreign and does not belong together. Apple pie and cheese.
Oh, yeah.
apple pie and cheese with brie?
No. You have to have a sharp cheddar. That's
What?
a very big thing up in the Midwest.
Okay,
Eat your
stop.
See?
Stop.
Listen, just because you cover everything in batter and deep fry, it doesn't mean we can't have our own weird traditions.
I'm glad
North.
Deb is here to back me up.
Well, yeah, they eat okra. That's like snot.
I want you to stop, and I want you to explain this. Do they cook the pie entirely and then melt cheese on top of it?
No.
Is it under the crust?
Nope. You'll just you'll have a nice slice of hot apple pie, and then you'll just slice off a slice of sharp cheddar, and that sweet with that savory kind of balances each other out. So you've got the sweet with the cinnamon with the apple, and then you've got the tart of the sharp cheddar. It matters. You don't want to use you're not going to use an American Kraft single. This is a sharp cheddar situation.
I get Brie loves apples. A lot of cheese does love apples.
Brie
Actually,
loves an apple when it's a crisp, Granny Smith apple. When you've got that tart and that bite, and that balances the creamy of the Brie.
I want that funk.
You've got the super sweet with the apple pie. That sharp cheddar cuts that sweet and adds a little bit of savory.
I've not heard of that one. That's a regional one I've not heard of.
Yeah.
I've not heard of the apple pie and cheese thing.
I was blown away because to me, there's only one thing you pair with apple pie, and that's ice cream.
It's ice cream.
Right.
That's your other option in the summer.
Milk.
So the idea of cheese being involved was just like, I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
Look, when I heard of the first sweet, like the sweet noodle thing, like we covered that ramen thing yesterday.
Yeah, the s'mores ramen.
And then when Elf came out and Elf was putting like syrup on spaghetti, I knew people who kind of did something like that. They used the pasta and they put sweet stuff on it.
Are they still alive?
No. No.
Ooh, someone said celery salt on tomatoes. I bet you that tastes so
it's unbelievable.
good.
Yeah, it's so good. All these, but there's so many regional food things. It's so weird how you can leave one state and go to a next state and a food that's perfectly normal, like your cheese curds in Wisconsin.
Right.
When I told you that they were down here in Orlando, you lost your mind because this thing's never made it past like Virginia.
Yeah, but that's the problem. It's still not the right cheese curd. Even at Culver's, they have to deep fry them because the whole point of a cheese curd is that it's a young cheese. It's an immature cheese. It's the curd that they skim off the top as the cheese is starting to cure, right? And they're super, super salty. They're super squeaky.
They're so good.
But you have to have them fresh because tasting them after they've been, put in a fridge or they lose everything that makes them special.
Yeah.
So, but it's like our fish fries up north. I mean, that's perch. And your coleslaw has is it caraway seed or celery seed?
Celery seed, yeah.
Celery seed.
You can do both, though.
And then in the sauerkraut,
Poppy.
you have caraway seed, so there's
Man. See, when we were going
kneecaps as the dessert.
we were going through Canada, it was the poutine thing.
See, now
Right,
to me, that sounds like a dirty word.
Oh, poutine?
When Brandon, when Bungalower first used that word, I was like, dump it. Dump it.
Yeah, poutine is the greatest. Look, poutine, it's so funny.
Sorry.
Even pointing out that it just sounds dirty, it still tickles her.
It is the other way.
Tickles her poutine.
What do you put on your poutine?
Come on,
Actually, gravy, I believe, right?
Once you shimmy off them jeans. Get me some poutine. I'm hungry. So hungry for poutine. Fries and gravy.
See, as close as Wisconsin is to Canada, never heard of poutine my entire life until I lived in Florida.
I got to tell you, it's pretty sorry that your entire country's, your upper level cuisine is French fries and gravy.
Hey,
and
maple
cheese.
syrup.
Yeah, but I'm wondering why that's a why isn't that bigger here?
Oh my God, it should be.
It's
Seriously.
like the American
It should
staple.
be.
Yeah, cheese, gravy, fries.
You can't
Let's
lose
go.
with it. It's delicious. By the way, they
Yeah.
make a bunch of them. I had one that was a short rib with mushroom and onion poutine, and it was a game. And by the way, at $14, and you and 4 of your friends couldn't eat it.
Right.
And
They're huge.
You feel like death afterwards. Oh yeah. It's delicious. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Take a little break and get out of here on a Tuesday right after this. You heard it here first, coming up next.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Cool Today Weather Center, cooltoday.com.
It's up Central Florida, Fox 35, Storm Team Meteorologist Noah Bergen here. I'm hot and humid, low to mid-90s for the next week. Shower storm chances about 60% each afternoon and evening. Good news is no hurricane threat to Florida anytime soon, but Hurricane Beryl is going to hit Jamaica hard on Wednesday as a Category 3. Then from there it goes towards Jamaica, or leaves Jamaica and goes towards Cancun and Cozumel for Friday. Could enter the Gulf and threaten Texas later this weekend.
This report is sponsored by Macy's Backstage. Shop Macy's Backstage today for amazing deals on everything you need for summer. Get low prices every day at Macy's Backstage. Find a store near you at macy'sbackstage.com. Off price, on trend, arriving daily.
Guys, if you have a bathroom you absolutely hate, Rebath of Mid-Florida is looking to get that out of there, make you happy by getting you a brand new bathroom that you love. And this is what they do every day. Father and son business. The Dimbauers are wonderful people. You'll love doing business with them. Many people have. They've been in town for 15 years, killing it with beautiful bathrooms for you. 4 to 6 days is that's all it takes to replace your bathroom. And that includes demo, by the way. They do every job with their team of employees, no subcontractors. And when they're all done, they give you a lifetime guarantee on the products and the install. And even better, right now, if you mention the Jim Colbert Show when you talk to them, they're going to throw in $800 in free upgrades. Use that how you will. Maybe some different tile, maybe some nice lighting, maybe a floating shower door, whatever you want to do, they got you covered. And you can even kind of see it before you buy it because their showroom, 436 up in Altamont, right across from Kobe, has 10 models set up where you can get an idea of what they can produce for you. That's not the bathroom you're getting. It's just showing you the products. But log on to the website, look at the before and afters, guys. That'll convince you. Beautiful stuff, done well. And if you mention the Jim Colbert Show, $800 in upgrades. Make that appointment today. It's Rebath, midfla.com.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes? Are you being audited or investigated? Has the IRS sent you a letter demanding payment? You may not owe what they claim. Make this free call to the tax doctor now. Let them negotiate with the IRS on your behalf.
800-240-4587. 800-240-4587. That's 800-240-4587.
In this week's Marketers Report, we learn about the value of local influencers in uncertain times. From Allison Griffin, head of marketing at State Farm.
The economy is tough for everyone, and taking a step back and understanding the pain that your customers are currently going through because of a tough environment is really important. We have 19,000 agents across the country, and they understand what's going on in those very unique communities. iHeart has such a broad broadcast reach that is local, connected, and for us to be able to touch customers with a local feel but at a national scale is so efficient and important for us.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to all, from national to local. Every audience, live conversations, trusted influencers, and the insights and data you need to grow. Not just a media company, iHeartMedia is your access company. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
I knew there had to be a better way to get relief from joint pain aside from surgery and harmful medications.
That's football legend and dancing champ Emmitt Smith, who knows a thing or two about joint pain.
Turns out I was right. It's called QC Kinetics, and now tens of thousands of patients and counting all across the country, they're feeling amazing. They say, hey, Emmitt, you were right.
QC Kinetics zeroed in on a technology that is revolutionizing pain treatment. They are transforming patients' lives. The largest provider of non-surgical regenerative treatments using natural healing properties to help restore and repair aching knees, hips, shoulders, and backs. Call them today for your free consultation.
QC Kinetics. I knew there had to be a better way. I love it when I'm right.
QC Kinetics.
Call QC Kinetics, 689-244-7980. That's 689-244-7980. In Orlando, Winter Park, The Villages, and Lake Mary. 689-244-7980.
2 guys, 5 rings. Yes. One essential podcast for the 2024 Paris Olympics. Bowen Yang and Matt Rogers host a new podcast that's all about the athletes.
You gotta get your head in the game, as Zac Efron once said.
And the culture.
Not French.
Well,
I have no association with the nation of France, but you did live in Montreal.
Of the 2024 Paris Olympics. Listen to 2 Guys, 5 Rings on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app, search 2 Guys, 5 Rings, and start listening.
Buy 1, get 2 free at PyroSpot Fireworks. PyroSpot has Florida's largest selection of buy 1, get 2 free fireworks with prices and products that will blow the competition away. Simply use our touch screens to watch videos and design your own incredible fireworks show. Visit our convenient locations in Eustis, Sanford, and Longwood, just 10 miles north of downtown Orlando. Visit iwantfireworks.com for valuable coupons and store location. That's iwantfireworks.com. Buy 1, get 2 free at PyroSpot Fireworks and be a backyard hero.
Need help navigating your will or trust? Visit onefirmforlife.com today for your free consultation.
Stay tuned to the Jim Colbert Show as we demonstrate our attitude of gratitude. Our thank you segment is sponsored by Life Imaging FLA. Now open. Call pound 250 keyword heart scan. There's only one place to watch this nonsense. At Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Love this topic, and those who follow the Amazing Banana Foodie know that my name is actually ironic. Of all the food I've eaten in my travels all over the world, and I've eaten some really gross stuff, to me, the banana is the most disgusting thing. Had a bad experience, left a bad taste in my mouth when I was 7, pun intended. I'm now 53 and will not eat a banana. I've done the math. If you want me to eat a banana, it's going to be $3.6 million in cash. Nothing.
Hey, it's the No Onion guy. Just calling back because I wanted to agree with Jim on one thing. Sushi. I did try that for the first time, and when I did, I loved it, and I've had it probably thousands of times afterwards. I've also gotten into Indian food.
Good.
That's amazing, but I just cannot do onions the way that they come.
I'll be damned.
If they're like really, really, really soft and you can't bite into them and get any kind of crunch, maybe.
My mom used to make lasagna, and she would substitute ricotta cheese with cottage cheese. It was gross. She was such a Weight Watchers person back in the day, but ugh, yuck.
So my mother would try and have me eat something, and she knew that she could never make me. She could beat me till she was blue in her hands, and I would still never eat something that I didn't like the look of. And I'm like that to this day. Now, I eat a lot of stuff, don't get me wrong, but anything I don't like the look of, I've never had in my mouth. I'll never know what the taste is, and I never will. See you.
See you. I think that banana foodie dude is a big deal, right? I'm glad he listens. That's great. If that's the same guy, the banana foodie guy in Orlando is like one of the premier food bloggers in the entire city.
That's him.
Along with Ricky Lee and a couple other guys. So banana foodie, thanks for listening, dude. We appreciate that very much.
Learning from me how disgusting cottage cheese is.
That's an honor if he's listening. I love that. Thanks, buddy. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Guys, don't forget, if you want to meet everybody, one of the few opportunities you'll have to meet every personality that works at Real Radio 104.1 is happening tomorrow in downtown Mount Dora for Freedom on the Water waterfront, one of our biggest events. The Monsters will be there. The News Junkie will be there. We will be there. All of us broadcasting. Inner Circle's doing a show. All for One's doing a show. And at 9:15, the biggest fireworks display you've ever seen in your life. It's going to be so much fun. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to get down there and have a great time.
Yeah.
So come and enjoy us. Come and join us.
Yeah, don't enjoy us.
Don't enjoy us.
Yeah.
Well, enjoy us, but don't enjoy. Yeah, I get it.
3 different locations. Go to realradio.fm/freedom for the details on where everyone is. And, we'll bring some Jim Colbert Show magnets. And we're going to have plenty of interviews in tomorrow's show as well. It's going to be a special show.
Yeah, come out and see us, man. It'll be a lot of fun. If you get out of there you get out of work at 5, you can come down. You'll still have plenty of time to hang out, see a couple hours of the show, scream answers at trivia, and then of course join us for the big fireworks. And remember, in downtown Mount Dora, you can walk around with open container. You can do that. It's going to be blast. We can't wait. I mean, I'm serious.
There's going to be food trucks, plenty of fun for the whole family, so you can have your adult beverage while the family enjoys the fireworks.
That's right. I'm hyped. Let's do. You heard it here first.
This would be such a better event if I was staying the night in Mount Dora and not Orlando International Airport.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
It's time for You Heard It Here First on the Jim Colbert Show.
All right, well, former President Trump's sentencing in his New York hush money case is being postponed until September. This comes after Trump's lawyers filed a letter with the judge looking to set aside the recent guilty verdict. The sentencing will now be delayed until September 18th at the earliest. The lawyers asked for more time to go over any potential impact from the Supreme Court's immunity decision, which gave Trump immunity for official acts in office. One of the bevy of new laws that took effect this week in Florida increases penalties for those underage who use a gun while committing a crime. Good to hear, right?
Wow.
It's about damn time. Volusia County Sheriff Mike Chitwood says more and more teens do not think twice about just simply grabbing a gun when they're heading out to engage in criminal activity. But not only that, Chitwood also says, juveniles, they should not have the option of simply writing a letter of apology in order to get released.
That basically preempts a judge from telling a gun-toting juvenile to write an essay of 100 words on why you shouldn't be carrying a gun. I mean, are you kidding me? That's crazy.
Under the new law, courts can be asked to hold a juvenile in secure custody for more than 21 days. Mm-hmm. And then finally, bars and restaurants can now air NFL Sunday ticket games without a satellite dish.
Wow, look at there.
This comes after the joint venture between the league and a private equity firm called Everpass Media bought Upshow. That's a platform with the tech capabilities to allow commercial establishments to stream live sports. Previously, businesses could only do that with a DirecTV subscription. Now businesses don't have to do that.
I'll be damned.
And you heard it here first on the Jim Colbert Show.
Thanks, Ed. Appreciate that very much. Jack, question of the day?
Oh, yeah. Let's do this.
There you go. Thank you.
Question of the day, where it was about grilling and how often you do it from the YouTube chat. And is it 1 or 2 times a week, 1 or 2 times a month, rarely, or never?
1 or 2 times a month. I think it has to be the leader.
At 34%, but it's not too far ahead of rarely.
Wow.
27%, almost a little over a quarter of them rarely. And on the other side of that, 1 or 2 times a week is about a quarter. So it seems it's pretty evenly split. Just 14% coming in saying they never grill.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
14% never grill? Damn.
That's crazy.
It is crazy. Who do we have to thank today?
Well, we want to thank, speaking of the 4th of July, Craig LaFleur. Go buy yourself some fireworks at PyroSpot Fireworks.
Absolutely.
He and his family out there sweating balls.
Buy one to get 2 free.
Also want to thank, don't forget, and we're going to have a $100
gift card
to PyroSpots at each and every broadcast of the Monsters, News Junkie, and ourselves at the Jim Colbert Show. You definitely want to stop by. I also want to thank Scott Brown with Edgewater Family Wealth. And last but never least, Sam Bowen and Candace Rich for running our YouTube
We
chat.
appreciate that very much. Also with PyroSpot, we're going to have handfuls of these coupons as well, so you can get even bigger deals as you kind of go out and start shopping. Remember, 3 locations downtown, Eustis. I was doing the Corona cigar thing.
I know, exactly.
Eustis, Longwood, and Sanford. So go see them. PyroSpot. It's iwantfireworks.com. Let's get out of here and see you guys tomorrow in Mount Dora for the live broadcast. We'll be there at Elizabeth Evans Park. Find us. It'll be easy.
Yeah, we're right by the stage.
Come down and celebrate with us, man. We're looking forward to it. Have a beer. Have some good times. All right, on behalf of Deb and Jack, I am Jim. We follow the News Junkie. They follow the Monsters in the morning. After us, it's Tom and Dan with the Corporate Time and our friends from Real Laughs. We'll see you tomorrow at 3 for more of the Jim Colbert Show. Until then, have yourself a fantastic Tuesday evening.
Bye.
I don't know about that.
A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan is coming up next on Real Radio 104.1.